Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Sean, what would be your response if there was a player that wanted to sit out or miss practice in response to that? Have you thought of how you would react to that if one of the players decided to do that?
Yeah, look, the thing I mentioned last night to the team is, I think we've got a really good, close locker room, and if they came up with something that they felt they wanted to do, I would support it, and I think that there still might be something they wish to do, and the idea of just putting his name on everyone's helmet was something that we felt would be appropriate, and I think they were for it.
Sean, is this changed? Is this something new? Seeing players just be so willing to use their voice, their platform, to speak out about stuff like this?
I don't think it's new. I think certainly the attention drawn to specifically this topic is new to our season this year, and maybe not even our season this year because it's been a few years now. But I think that history would tell us that look, we've seen this before, and I think part of coaching is teaching them. They have a voice and a very powerful one, and certainly understanding that and respecting everyone's voice, and so collectively as a team, a lot of things can be done to encourage change and be a part of change. So that's part of the teaching element of what we do as coaches. Never changes regardless of the level, whether it's Pop Warner, high school, college, or the NFL. It's more than just football.
Now, how do you balance, as a head coach, how do you balance trying to keep the focus during camp? You got a game in a couple weeks and preparing, and listening to the important needs of your players as a head coach.
Well, I think that takes place every year. There are a number of things that our players incur throughout the course of the season. Something like this is significant, and it's very important, and it's part of the challenge of being a professional athlete. I think that the last thing would be to ignore it or pretend like it wasn't happening. And I think that I think we've got the right leadership in this locker room to understand those elements and having the correct balance.
John, what do you think it's going to take for, I guess, the rest of the country to get the message and to understand what's going on?
Well, look, I think whether or not everybody in this country understands what's going on is one topic, but the ability to make change and to move forward in a positive way is a different matter. And I think, you know, we're right in the middle of what is an election year. You know, we had the convention, the Democratic convention last week, this week, the Republican convention. All of those things are taking place at the same time. And yeah, I mean, I think that it's never easy, and yet these topics sometimes aren't easy, and yet you know, there's an old adage, the obstacle is the way, and it's not going around. It's understanding and going through it and addressing it, even if it means uncomfortable conversations and topics that may make people somewhat uneasy. All right, thank you.
That's Coach Sean Payton, y'all chiming in. Who that to the beautiful Black and Gold family members in the building? Who that to the fam? Good to see y'all in the chat, man. Hope everybody made it out fine with the storm in terms of health or whatnot. If you were affected or impacted by the storm, please understand that you know, houses or stuff, all that could be replaced as long as you have your life and your family safe. We can be able to rebuild. And I've done it several times. I've been in several floods and natural disasters. Trust me, it's not easy, but everything always is fine as long as you have your family. So big ups to the Black and Gold family members in the building. Who that to you? GM Kev in the building. Good to see you. Sufian, JT, Adrian. Who that to y'all? Young City. Who that to you? Young City. Good to see you in the chat as well. Byron. Good to see Byron in the chat. Who that to your family as well. 985 Live in the building. Good to see your family. Teal, my dog Teal, the legend in the building. Who that to you? Teal. Mr. Jerry is in the building as well. Good to see you, Jerry Poirier, as well, and the rest of the family members as you come in. Please smash upon the like button. Please smash upon the like button. It helps the stream out exponentially. Please also share the link in your social media as well. That also helps out in a great deal. LBR Productions, who that to you as well. Welcome to the stream family and all the beautiful Black and Gold family members in a live stream. Now, of course, we're going to get to the rest of our interviews. We're going to run through these and then come back, cycle back, and finish up. Next on the docket is wide receiver Emmanuel Sanders. Sanders will chime in, give his thoughts on camp, among other things. Then right behind him, an interview by another young fellow, undrafted guy, his first time on Tacoma, and we'll play him as well. So without further ado, let's listen what Sanders has to say about camp. Here's Emmanuel Sanders.
Next question's from Rod Walker.
Hey, Emmanuel, it's been 4 years since Kaepernick took a knee, but how frustrating is it, or is it frustrating that, you know, 4 years later we're still having these same conversations?
Yeah, I think it's exhausting. You know, for me to keep having the same conversations over and over and over, and really not seeing any change, it just keeps rehabbing. It becomes exhausting because, you know, to be able to even use, you know, this platform that us athletes own, it's amazing. But, you know, to keep talking about the same thing when truthfully, you just want to live in a world or live in a nation in which you're not judged by the color of your skin, but by the content of your character, like Martin Luther King once said. And you know, I'm over here talking to you guys, and my job is truthfully to play football, but I have to speak on these issues, and I have to talk about these issues and address these issues because of the platform that we're on. And you know, it is a problem in America, and I just hope that, you know, just some type of change comes. And you know, I just got off the Rich Eisen show, and I just saw how exhausting and draining it is that, you know, you put so much energy and so much emotion into it, and then you think that, you know, change is gonna come, and then, you know, 4 or 5 months later it happens again, and it happens again a year later, and I'm sure in 2 years we're gonna be talking about the same thing over and over. And so for me, it's like, when is it ever gonna stop, and when is the change actually gonna come? And I pray it happens from, you know, a legislative point or from the government or something. You know, I hope that they're listening and they're trying to make some type of change.
A quick follow-up. What are the conversations like with your, because you have a son, I think, right?
Yeah.
What are those conversations like, or what do you?
Yeah, I mean, my son knows. You know, he walked to me and told me, you know, about George Floyd, and you know, I kind of told him, you know, as best I can. But my son's 6 right now, and as he gets older and older, I can really go in the deep with it. But I just want him to be a 6-year-old right now. You know, I just want him to be a normal 6-year-old and kind of shield him from that. You know, I just feel like as a parent, if you go too deep into it, it's not good. You know, let him be a kid, and you know, my daughter's 3, and so I try to explain to him just a little bit. You know, kind of like the whole Santa Claus is real situation. But as the older and older you get, and we have that father time, I definitely got to break him down to the history of America and what is coming and what is still going on today, which is sad.
Next question's from Douglas Mountain.
Daniel, was there any talk of shutting down practice today? Did that come up among players?
No, there was no talk. Not that I know of.
Next question's from Catherine Terrell.
I was wondering what was going through your head when you saw what was going on with the NBA last night, and if this is maybe the most, I guess, impactful you've seen. I'm trying to think of how to word it. Is this the most change or ability to make change you've seen from athletes and their platforms in your lifetime?
You know, for me, when I saw it, you know, it made me happy. But you know, the longer and longer I thought about it, I said, well, will they cancel the entire season? Because if they cancel the entire season, maybe that could bring about a change to show how serious it is. But if they go back to playing, in my head, it's like, you know, is that really doing anything? So I know, you know, LeBron, man, he's one of those guys that I look up to. And I know that I just follow him on Instagram. I know he's reading books and trying to figure it out as well. And we all don't know what truthfully the right thing to do, but we all know that emotionally we're drained. We're drained of talking about it. We're drained of it happening over and over again. We're drained of trying to make a change, but change not coming. We're drained of it happening over and over again. We're drained emotionally, just emotionally drained, and it's sad to see it because what a lot of people don't understand is why are you drained? It's because if you're in the same situation, you know that could easily be you in that situation. That could easily be one of my loved ones in that situation. You say, oh yeah, resist arrest, but it's like at the end of the day, okay, he resisted arrest and he got in his car, but to be shot 7 times in the back, that's just ridiculous. When there's 3 or 4 cops there that could have tackled this guy to the ground. And if anybody says that should have happened in that situation, they're out of their mind. And so that's just draining to think, because every time I see that situation, I say that could easily been me. You know, that could easily been one of my cousins. That could easily be one of my uncles, you know. And so, and the reason why I say that is it could have easily been me because I'm an African American in America, in which it's sad to say, it seems just like not all cops, but a majority of these cops, you know, when they see African American, I feel like they have no value of life. No, they don't value our life as much as they value a Caucasian or anybody else. And so that's just what I believe. And, you know, what I've seen in terms of these videos and stuff and how they're just brutally murdering and just taking their pain or whatever it is out on us. It just goes to show that my theory is semi-correct.
All right, family. That was a lot. None of it pertaining to actual football on the field, but it's interesting to see the reporters take more of a mind in action that. And it's just so weird to me, being a critical thinker, to see the world switching this fast. You know, usually you'll see a incremental change, but it's almost like a shift all of a sudden. And I'm very leery of that type of stuff because I'm a fan of history and I've seen stuff like this occur. And I just don't like, you know, certain things that I'm seeing in the world. Of course, we recognize a lot of the issues is going on. That is ridiculous to shoot the man 7 times in the back. He had, I've read the reports, the entire reports. I've seen the entire video film of this. And the guy didn't listen to the police officers, and I've read the reports about it. They had some bad reports out it. Several of them said that he was there to break up a fight. Several reports said that he was actually the person involved in the fight, and the person that called the police were the woman that he was having a domestic dispute with. This is absolutely insane. The conflict in information. I thought these reporters are supposed to report the stuff accurate. You know, it's troublesome and it is upsetting. And I agree with Emmanuel that it is quite exhausting because that is that segment of police officers that's in the police department. And I've often been a person to say that if you're a good cop and you know you got a guy in there that's a bad cop and he doing stuff he ought not to do, it's your responsibility to get him out of there. Forget that blue code or whatever you want to call it. You don't protect scumbags and people like you got bad cops that's in there. Like in the city of New Orleans, I'm quite familiar with the stuff that goes on in the city of New Orleans. Several years ago, there was a case pertaining to a warehouse in which they had dirty cops taking the evidence guns out of the warehouse and selling them back on the street. And other cases of them involved in and drug dealing. But you cannot, if you're a good cop and you follow the law, you cannot allow that to happen in your department. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the guy underneath you or the guy on top of you. It don't make no difference. You can't do that because when you allow that to happen, this is what happens. To be a police officer, and I ain't get them spilled, just to be a police officer, any protector that was given the power by the people. You don't have it by yourself. You were given it by the people to be the protector of all people. And we can't have a mentality like this to be scared of each other and do this type of stuff, because a segment of this is actually the truth. It is exhausting. It is exhausting. But what I really don't like is the fact that the media is so much conflicting information that's spinning people all the way around, man. I mean, how could you have two diverse, different articles reported on the same damn thing? You know, and people are frustrated because a lot of it's miseducation. A lot of it is some of it's accurate, but it's troublesome, man. So I definitely see that. But it's just so unique in this time frame to see this happen in a twinkling of an eye. These guys was not talking like this just a few months ago. They weren't talking like this. When stuff happened, then they'll look at each other and see if they can talk. I've seen it on TNT. When stuff happened, you hear Shaq start talking and Chris Webber looking scared. Like, I don't think we should talk about this. You know, so I mean, it's amazing, man, to see the paradigm shift. And I'm just happy to see the players, whether you agree with it or not, they're executing they're putting their power, they're using their power and withdrawing their power and letting the powers that be know that they have a voice. And whether you agree upon it or not, that's a positive thing, because you have the same ability to do it as well. And that's what this country is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about that. Shooting that man 7 times in the back. I don't care if he had a rap sheet longer than the Mississippi. That's absolutely not what you're supposed to do when there's several people out there and you're supposed to take them down. Shooting them 7 times is unacceptable. That's unacceptable, man. That is unacceptable. Anyway, we're going to play one more interview. And then we'll kind of move into the actual talk. And like I said, family, you know, this is just so amazing, man. I got to say, it's so amazing nowadays to see, you know, a lot of the professional athletes who not only have the platform, but also the finances to impact the community in a positive fashion. You know, economically speaking, which I think is another veneer to this thing. If you want to see solutions happen in impoverished areas, we often not have to wait on the government to do it, you know, because oftentimes a lot of the blighted areas are marked for gentrification. I mean, people with the money and influence that believe in where they come from go back there and develop and work with leaders, real leaders, not the corrupt, dirty, rotten politicians that's a part of it, but real people, genuine people in the community who really care about uplifting the community. I think economics is a large part of it. Economic intelligence and learning that. I seen what's his name, Jabari Parker's jersey. He had group economics on his jersey. That comes from Claude Anderson, man, by the way, who I have several of his books. But here's Keith Washington II as he break down his Saints, what's going on. I'm pretty sure he'll talk about the same thing. Hadn't heard what he had to say yet. Here we go.
Is it better?
Yeah, you know, guys like Malcolm Jenkins, Janoris Jenkins, even like Jameis Winston, you know, even on the offensive side of the ball, a lot of guys have, you know, helped me a lot through these days of camp.
Next question from Amos Morale. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Yeah, obviously, you know, with the position group, it's really deep, a lot of talented players. Do you feel more pressure to kind of show out in training camp knowing you won't have preseason games because you know you've got such tough competition?
You know, man, like, you know, I knew coming into this that we weren't going to have any preseason games. And, you know, I knew it was going to be a challenge anyway. You know, this is the NFL. Everybody's a professional. So, you know, every day it's a challenge. But, you know, every day you just got to go out there, do what your coach tell you to do, compete, and you lay it all on the line, and everything will fall in place.
Next question is from Christopher Donalds.
Hey Keith, what are some of the biggest adjustments you've had to make coming into the Saints defense, and how does the Saints defensive style either complement or not complement your skill set?
Some of the biggest adjustments just learning, where your help at. In college, most of the time I was just going out there lining up against the best guy and just covering them pretty much on my own. But it's a team defense. So once you learn where you help at and just learn it, the different principles of the defense and everything, it make playing ball a lot easier.
Next question is from Amy Just.
Hey, yeah, you just talked about some of the teammates you have that have been helping you out, but today, for example, AG was working with you on the side. What's that been like learning from him?
He's a guru, man. He's been coaching me hard every day. Giving me all the little things that I need to do to help myself become a better cornerback and a better football player. So it's been a blessing I can have a coach like that on to help me out through this process.
What'd he tell you today?
Man, just little football techniques and stuff that he know and that he used when he was playing, and that can help benefit me when I'm on the field.
Next question is from Luke Johnson.
Keith, how much do you think you've grown just in these last couple weeks? Where would you kind of put yourself from the start of training camp to now?
Man, I say I've grown a lot just from a football standpoint. Just like I said, just knowing how to play football and where to be at. Just learning even new techniques that I didn't know before. So every day is something new that you can learn in this game, and I feel like I've learned a lot, but I still got a long way to go.
That's Keith Washington, the second family, the undrafted defensive back that the Saints brought on with Tino Ellis. Of course, Tino Ellis was hurt, and the Saints put him on the IR. He had a lot of potential, the young guy out of Maryland. Of course, Keith Washington the second is the young DB undrafted guy out of West Virginia. 6'1", has a pretty good size on him, 190, 190 or something. Pretty good little cornerback, man. Hopefully, the Saints developed this kid. I was watching footage on Keith Washington, and I liked what I was seeing from him, his attitude and whatnot. And notice the response when asked about him, what did he learn? And you notice what he said, and I pay attention to these things, and I catch little stuff here and there, but he said, knowing where my help is. That is key. That's so key for a defensive back to say that, because, I've never heard PJ Williams say that. I got to take a dig at him. But knowing where your help is, man, that's a major part of it. And I got to give credit to to Keith Washington II, because that's a part of being confident and playing the position is knowing where your help is that can help you out if you're in trouble. Knowing where your help is on the field. So that's big. Once again, thank you for joining this installment of the Sports Coma. Who that to the Black and Gold Nation? Who that to you in yearns out here on the fantastic day? Much love to the family members. Thank y'all for joining me in this live stream. Donald Woods Jr., Skid Mark, who that to you, all the family members chiming in. John, what up, John Thompson, who that to you? Kenny Sutton, who that to you? Ray Long, who that to you? The rest of the family, my dog Dada in the building as well, who that to you as well? JT among others, my dog Teal once again, who that to you? Okay, Brother Jerry says pronounce pore, like pore on your skin. Okay, all right, Brother Jerry, I got you. Sorry about that. I have a friend of mine that pronounces it the same way, the same way I've been saying. So I guess, being from down here. But yeah, okay, I got you, Brother Jerry. Thank you for that correction. All right, let's keep it moving in the chat. Much love to the beautiful family members in the building, family, for this installment of the Sports Coma. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. Of course, I'm Big Q, the host, and I like to welcome all of the ones who don't know about the Sports Coma. Welcome to the Great Saint Think Tank, and also known as the Sports Coma, where we talk about that black and gold talk, unlike many others. So passionate in our discussion, so real and so ferocious. That's how we do it here. That's the only way we do it here. It's the only way we know how to do it. So I'd like to give a big shout out to all the family members in the stream. Please hit the like button, jump upon it, smash it upon it. And we're going to cover in this episode, man, day number 9 of Saints News and Notes. We're going to get into it. The observations of it, I got a few more articles we're going to touch upon as well. To talk about what we just was talking about, which was the fact that the Saints, what several of the interviews that the team did, and a lot of the news circulating around the fact that a lot of the athletes are actually, boycotting. The WNBA is doing the same thing along with the NBA, and that's pretty much the key and focal news. But unlike so many other teams, the Saints did get their practice in. They got their practice on today in this compressed time frame. They, of course, did something different. They did not practice, but they did put the name of the brother on their helmets while they practiced. Jacob Blake's name on the helmet. So, that's a positive as well. So without further ado, we'll get into the observations of day. Just give me a second. I'll share my screen with my family members and we'll get into it. And this, of course, Saints day 9 observations. Drew has a 40-yard pass, and it wasn't the Michael Thomas. So Drew getting it done in the building. It's good to see that he's starting to move. So let's keep it moving. New Orleans Saints held the Thursday practice indoors at the Oshner Sports Performance Center as the rain bands from Hurricane Laura poured in over Metairie waves. The Saints were one of the few teams around the NFL who practiced Thursday at several organizations, including the Cardinals, Bears, Packers, Colts, Jets, Titans, the Washington football team, previously known as the Skins, all set out in response to the shooting of Jacob Black that happened in Wisconsin. He didn't die; he's paralyzed, so he's alive. He just can't walk. So the Saints, the Saints did continue practice, but they chose to put stickers of Blake's name on their helmets, and they just continued to practice. Participation. 2 new absences were wide receiver Mike Thomas and defensive end Marcus Davenport. It's not known why either were absent. Thursday remained in status quo for guard Andrus Peat. We know he's out with a thumb. Chiquillo, once again, is out again. Now, he's missed 9 practices for the team. You want to tell me how is this guy going to contribute? 9 practices. Something's up with that. Additionally, veteran Sapien Jenkins missed his 3rd consecutive practice, though he did appear on CNN on Thursday morning. Of course, he's doing his social work where he's CNN repping. So, he does that. And then rookie linebacker Zach Bowen missed the 2nd day of practice. Defensive lineman Jalen Dalton, who tore his tricep yesterday, not yesterday, before yesterday, he's out for the rest of the season. Too bad for Jalen Dalton. Quarterback Drew Brees returned to team drills after sitting out Wednesday. Offensive lineman rookie Cesar Reeves worked at center for the 4th straight day. Very good. One more day and he'll match what Eric McCoy did the first 5 days. Hopefully, Sean leaves that man alone and let him continue to work at that position. Please don't switch him no more. Please leave him alone and let him stay at the center position. 4th day, let's keep our fingers crossed, moving forward into the next day. With McCoy at right guard, Easton continue to be at the left guard because of Pete. And, of course, Brees showing out, they say. Quarterback Drew Brees aired out a pass to travel about 40 yards Thursday, finding undrafted rookie receiver Juwan Johnson, the big fella, with a long throw. Johnson, despite being draped in coverage, came with the catch and seamlessly bounced off the turf when making a reception, creating a loud thud. He popped right back up afterward, but he's going to be likely feeling that one for a while. With Thomas out on Thursday, one of Brees' favorite new targets was Benny Fowler. During the last team period of practice, Brees attempted to throw Fowler's way 3 times. 2 were caught, 1 was not. Early in practice, Brees aired one out to Fowler for what appeared to be longer than 25 yards. During the 5-play series, Brees connected with wide receiver Emmanuel Sanders and Ty Montgomery. And when Brees came back later, he took three snaps. He scrambled and kept one, then passed one to Sanders twice, going 1 of 2. Now, of course, looking at Tamus, which is Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston. Quarterback Taysom Hill completed all 3 of the passes he threw during the last team period, finding wide receiver Marquez Callaway, which I seen that one. That was a really nice one. Wide receiver Deontay Harris, tight end Josh Hill. I like what I see from Adam Troutman, by the way. One play went awry when he was sacked, no live tackling by defensive end Carl Granderson. Hill, despite taking the sack, tried attempting to pass in the thick coverage. Cornerback Justin Hardy actually caught it. Big ups to Hardy. Quarterback Jameis Winston was in for a series to end the practice, and on that drive, Winston threw passes to several players, including LaJordan Humphrey, Dwayne Washington, and Tony Jones Jr. But the best play of them all came on the last snap of practice when Winston, after getting flushed out of the pocket, found Callaway in the end zone. That's right. I forgot who Callaway beat. It wasn't PJ Williams. I'm thinking. I remember that play, but you should have seen Callaway, use some skill right there and caught that ball, man. It was a really nice play. I'm gonna see if I can pull some of the footage up, by the way. Early in practice during the punt session, Winston was working on the other end of the field with Sanders. Up next, the Saints return to camp for the 10th practice Friday. It will be at the training facility, their last practice before scrimmaging Saturday night at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. So things are getting to rolling and things are getting to shaking. Now let's move into the next item I have stalled for you. Saints practice with Jacob Blake's name on his helmet. We covered this one and we talked about it. Here's a picture of it right here. As you can see, there's a card next to the helmet and then a picture of the Saints playbook, a defensive workbook for them to be able to figure out some stuff. So you see Jacob Blake's name on the Saints jersey, on the Saints helmet, practice helmets. So, big ups to the players, showing, and whether you respect it or not, man, you got to respect somebody that's standing up for what they believe in. That's what this is about. Whatever you believe in, stand up for it. That's how you got most of the rights for this country. If people didn't stand up and fight for what they believe, imagine what the condition of the human population would be. So a lot of like, from a history perspective, even a mystery perspective, the reality is back in the day, a lot of the totalitarian people they didn't care what you think. They were out front, up in your face. They were really bad like that because they had disrespect for you. Over time, they realized they couldn't rule like that no more. So they rule from the shadows in a sneaky, manipulative fashion. So I like the fact that you see people standing up for what they believe in, taking a stand, whether they know, whatever. That's what this country is about. And I'm telling you that this is big because in some countries, they're not ridiculing the rest of these countries that's killing the dissidents and hurting the people that don't agree with what their governments are doing. So that's going on across the world. And it's good to see that if you have that ability to do that here, you exercise it. Because there are people that are exercising theirs in other god-awful countries that's not as great as this country is. And they are going to the camps. And I'm just going to keep it real with you, man. Y'all, if you don't know that, now you know. All right, now let me see if I can pull up some pictures here of training camp here from what I was looking at here. Perhaps I can play a video here for the family members here about this stuff. Because you're living in the real world, and obviously they want the truth. But what kind of truth do you really want? You know what I'm saying? You want the watered down stuff, or you want the real deal? Because a lot of people like to take stuff with a chaser. They can't handle it straight up. Are you that type of person? As you can see, that's many of the people, other teammates are wearing the Jacob Blake on their helmet, working out. And you see Myra Upwards Jr. right there. There's Elvin Kamara and Drew. Emmanuel Sanders catching the ball there. And of course, you get a couple of offensive linemen right there working out. And there's Drew finding, who is that? That is Latavius Murray with the pass. And Drew once again throwing into your living room. He finds that's LaJordan Humphreys. And that's Dwayne Washington. I can't tell who that was. Jameis, famous Jameis. And that's Malcolm Brown right there. I know that for a fact. Drew finds Big Jared Cook. Drew Holiday. And that's Juwan Johnson right there. That's 25 is that new cornerback, Keemon Hall, by the way, family. Oh, nice play. Nice catch right there by Deontay Harris in the back of the end zone. And that's Taysom. Throwing, boom. He finds Adam Troutman. I told you, Troutman looks good in camp, man. He's looking good. And that's DeMario working on his feet work, as Shaq calls it. And there's Drew finding Traquan Smith. How about that? He caught it. Emmanuel puts the moves on. Marshawn breaks it down, makes the catch. Nice play. Nice play. That did you see that? Did you see that play? Should have replayed that one. Look at this move right here. Look at Emmanuel Sanders. Now it's after this one right here with Traquan catching it. is after these offensive linemen. Look at this. Put the shake on him, breaks it down, comes back to the ball in the corner, touchdown. He beat Marshawn Lattimore. That was beautiful. And then look at this Marquez Callaway fighting off Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, beat him deep. How about that? How about that? He had to give him a little push down because he showed him up. Look at that. Once again, that sound to put the shot, breaks it down, and then bam. So I mean, I like that, man. Hold on, let me get back to it. It went off. It wasn't supposed to do that, but I like that little move there. And Marquez Callaway put a nice little move there on CD Deuce, you know. And hold on, here it goes. Let me see if I can find it once again here. But man, I tell you what, man, that was a pretty nice little nifty move right there, man. I got to give it to him. Come on now with it. All right, here we go. We're gonna run it back here. There it is. All right, now it'll be up there. But yeah, I like what I see. Look, Emmanuel breaks it down, then runs, stops, boom, touchdown. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then look at Marquez, fights off his hands, gets his hands off him, get off. Look for the ball and created a little separation and beat CD Deuce. Hopefully Chauncey Gardner-Johnson retains Chauncey Gardner-Johnson skill set. Hopefully whoever this CD Deuce guy is, he don't become Peanut Butter and Jelly Williams. That's all I want. Look, you could change your name. You could change the name to Big Head Moon Man. Change your name to Big Head Moon Man. Or Suplex the Sun God. I don't care. Some weird rap name or whatever. Falside the Continent King. I don't care. Just as long as you retain your Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's abilities, I'm fine with that. I'm fine. Because what if, the funny thing is, what if he stinks at CD Deuce? Then we then say, listen, bro, you need to go back to Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. You ain't keeping it real. You got your representative out there, man. He'd be like, my representative? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. But anyway, family, who that to the Black and Gold family members chiming in the stream, as you can see some of the stuff that we following on the reports. The Saints actually look pretty good. I was pleased with Marquez Callaway, the movie put on Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I like that. Now, remember, that's a part of the game is, like, you have physical cornerbacks that like to put their hands on you. And notice, I watched a lot of the footage from college. He didn't often do that, remove the hands. I know he'd been listening to Mike. He'd been watching Mike because Mike is a master at that. You can't let the guy drape all over you. You can't. You can't let him grab you and hold you and obstruct your route. Because if you notice, when they playing defense, these guys are grabbing and they holding. The referee ain't going to always call that. But sometimes you got to be able to get their hands off you. Notice, he made two. He got his hand off him once. Chauncey came back with it again. He got it off of there and was able to gain separation and make a good play on the ball. So I like that. Then I see what Emmanuel Sanders did. Sanders put the little shake and bake on him, which didn't really move Marshawn that much. But where he got him at is when he got to the end zone. Notice how he broke it down like he pity-patted. And when he did that, that froze Lattimore. It froze him for a fraction of a second, so that he made the move to the outside and basically did like a hook route back inside to catch the ball in the front corner of the right front corner, the left front corner of the end zone. That was nice. That was nice. And that's what I was saying about them moves, them old slick veteran moves. That type of stuff right there can help these young guys out exponentially. Like I said, I love that because Mike did the same move last year against the Tennessee Titans, remember? Against Logan Ryan, matter of fact. He did the same thing on Ryan. He ran and then he stopped and he broke it down. He broke it down, meaning he pity-patted. He did that thing Emmanuel did, like he stumped that grass. And when he stumped that grass, they don't know what you're going to do. They freeze. Like, what you going to do? You going to go left? You going to go right? You going to go left? You going to go? They don't know because they are reactors. You're the actor. They're the reactor. They're merely reacting whatever you give them. But if you're giving them misdirection, you're giving them confusion, you can beat them all day. And I noticed that's two things I like from Callaway. Keep their hands off of you. And that's what Mike does. When he comes out to break, the guy try to immediately put a hand on Mike. Mike removes the hand violently. He don't gingerly put that, don't touch that. You don't do that. Mike moves the hands violently. That's the first. Notice when he comes out of the breaks, they try to grab Mike. They try to push Mike, hold Mike, put their hands on Mike, to obstruct his route and try to even redirect him. But Mike won't let that happen. So he moves violently, throws him. And most of the times you see like what happened with Xavier Rhodes when he was playing against the Vikings. Man, he did something off of the Xavier Rhodes. Xavier Rhodes is a big physical cornerback. You can't move him like that. Man, Xavier called himself, putting his hand on Mike. Mike took his arm, grabbed his arm, and removed him. I mean, seriously, if you go back and look at that Viking film, not from the Minnesota playoff game, but the game, the last time they played in the regular season, you should have seen how Mike removed Xavier Rhodes out of his route so he can he don't play that. And that's one thing you have to do in the NFL. You cannot be one of them dudes that's soft and gingerly. And the Callaway is getting that. He removed that guy, fought his hand off, and while he was doing that, he was doing it all in motion while being aware that the ball was coming. And he was still able to, once he got Chauncey off of him, he was able to gain the separation and make a nice catch to finish the play. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Break it down, bro. You running them routes like you got a guy that stick to you like Marshawn was doing in that play, because he shook him off. Marshawn wasn't shook by the initial shake, but he didn't know what to do when he got in that end zone. Emmanuel broke it down on him, and when he broke him down like that, Marshawn ain't know what he was gonna do. That was just a great move, man. I can't say enough. I'm a fan of that type of stuff, man, because that's the technique, the stuff that gets you to win games. You can't be so, not flexible. You can't be so easy to read. You got to have a little amount of predictability to it. You know what I'm saying? You got to. All right, family, let's head on to the chat here and give big shout out to all the family members chiming in the live stream as well. B Jizzle in the building. What up, B Jizzle? Good to see your family. Who that to you? Donald, big ups to you as well. Let's see here. Any questions right here? Any fams got a question? Sufyan says Jeff Duncan said Keith had interception every practice. I like what I see from Keith Washington. I got to say that, man. I really do. I like what I see. Hopefully they keep him around, man. He got talent. Crest says Cash Money Clown is a Raider. Not from what I'm hearing, bro. I was researching that. Scoob asked me about that same thing, man. Right now, it's a rumor right now that they're saying that the Raiders are interested in him, which we really already knew that. Remember, John Gruden was pushing to get Clowney, and I think if he was the general manager, he would have signed Jadeveon Clowney. He wants him bad to be on that defensive line for the Raiders, and if you play in the same division as the Kansas City Chiefs, you're gonna need all the help you can get to get after guys like Mahomes and the rest. So their elite, according to what I'm hearing, there are several teams. The Raiders are in there, the Titans are in there, Baltimore is also in there as well. They threw in there. So I already knew about them. I knew about the Raiders. I knew about the Titans that's still interested. I knew about Baltimore, and recently the Steelers have been thrown in there. The Steelers are getting interest on them as well, and then the Seahawks is still around. So there are 5 teams. Still, this guy's been had suitors. He's been had suitors. It's about who's desperate enough to want to make the most to get him on the team, and it comes down to what the Raiders are going to do. The Raiders are, they serious enough. I think they're crazy enough to sign him and bring him on the team, because they could definitely use a playmaker, a pass rusher, as good as Jadeveon Clowney. And I think some other people could perhaps use Jadeveon Clowney. A team that has black and gold attire or fleur de lis on their helmet. They reside in the city of New Orleans. Perhaps that team could use a Jadeveon Clowney, But many people said, no, we don't. No, we don't, Q. We don't need Jadeveon Clowney. We have Marcus Hunt. We don't need Jadeveon Clowney, Q. We have Trey Hendrickson. We don't need Jadeveon Clowney, Q. We got Carl Granderson. We straight, Q. We got it covered. We don't need that guy. Let him go ahead on by this business. I don't know too many people that would pick Trey Hendrickson over Jadeveon Clowney, but okay. All righty then. Like in the illustrious words of Jim Carrey. All righty then. But man, yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Word on the street, bro. Those are the teams that suit him, and what they're saying is he should be getting signed really soon. So I'm thinking once he signs, then you'll see Clay Matthews sign. And if the Raiders sign him, I most certainly will say that the Seahawks will probably sign Clay Matthews. So those two will probably fall around the same time because they're interested in him. There, Cleveland is interested in him. The Seattle Seahawks are very interested in Clay Matthews, and the Browns are interested in him, and several other teams are interested in him as well. So nothing about the Saints. The Saints are not interested in anybody unless they buy unless they buy canned goods called great value. In the words of Mozzie 5. All right, let's keep going here, fam. Thank you for that, Crest. All right, much love to the family. Kenny Sutton, I see you, fam. He says Google says Clowney is still a free agent. Yeah, he's still on the board. That's just rumors, man. That's all rumors. When are they cutting Shaquille? Says Sufyan. They're not cutting Shaquille. That's the crazy part, right? Put a healthy linebacker named Nigel Bradham, a 9-time veteran, a 9-year veteran with a Super Bowl ring, and he was a starter. Put him in the street, but keep a hurt Shaquille who's missed 9 practices. Oh, that's smart. And they got people that'll tell you. They'll tell you, hey, Q. Sean Payton knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing, baby. All righty then. All right. Byron says, that's right. Sufyan, keep Washington like him. Really want him on the 53-man roster. Crash says, but I thought Clowney would go to a contender. Well, I mean, the Raiders are, a lot of people believe that the Raiders will be a contender based on the fact they have a brand new stadium, which the NFL likes to help people get to the Super Bowl or make a lot of success when they pay for $1 billion stadium. Look at the crookedness of it. All of the teams that built these big stadiums, they need that revenue to come back through there. So a lot of people will believe that the league will help the Raiders out as much as possible. And I know how the money go. So don't be surprised if the Raiders make the Super Bowl. I mean, make the playoffs, not the Super Bowl, but make the playoffs in that year. Just letting you know, just saying. Where the money talks, bull walks. Y'all know how it goes. Ernest says, Ernest Turner, who that, bro? He said, hey, bro, can't wait to see this team. Yeah, that's right. Appreciate you, Ernest, for joining us. Who that to you? Let's see. Crest says we put 40 on the Raiders. Yep. Sufyan says, I hope they protect Callaway in the practice squad. Yep. I like how he looks. He so versatile, the kid is, man. He really is. Byron says John Gruden not playing around. He's serious getting clowned, but still don't care. We're going to kick Raiders. You know what? Monday night, September 21st, can football season begins 10 days away. 10 days away. That's right. It starts, and the Sports Coma Fantasy League will start very soon. We'll be looking out for that as well, family. We'll be a 20-league team. 19 spots will be available. We'll see who lands. And that'll probably be we'll probably announce that on tomorrow's show. Put the link and all that together for the family members who are fantasy champions who want to join. They can feel free to do that, and that'll be tomorrow. We'll let you know. All right. Thank you for that, Byron. Javier, who that to you, Javier? Good to see you in the chat, family. If I just won some AirPods here at work. All right. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Good to hear that. All right. Tori says, I haven't seen it either. Don't know how Scoob get that info. Fake news, says Krause. All right. Kevin says, yeah, he with the Raiders. He ranked number 8 linebacker in the NFL starting this year. Sufyan says, no news about Clowney, but he definitely ends there. Byron says, who that see y'all? Corey Little signed with the Raiders since we're Clowney with the team. Young City says, when we going to get new jerseys? I don't know, fam. I don't know about the new jerseys. The Saints are traditional right now. A lot of people switching to look up. Saints, I don't think this year they switch it up very much. I hadn't heard too much about the jerseys. Donald says, who that to you? Donald says, Emmanuel Sanders is 33 years old and look great, don't he? And then another thing about him is the fact that Emmanuel Sanders missed some time, man, over his career with injuries. That's why his numbers aren't as great as they are. And you can look at him and say, man, this dude's good. Why isn't he as good as he's supposed to be because of injuries? So a lot of time, even though he's 33 years old, he doesn't look like he don't move like he's 33, keeps himself in great condition. And plus he's missed some time due to injury too. So that's another thing to think about when you think about him. Kenny says, I saw Sanders with that toe drag swag today. That's right. Grass says Littleton went from undrafted guy on special teams to high price for agent. Within 3 seasons, got a great agent. Whoever the hell that agent is, I tell you what, you better hire him. All right, let's keep it going, fam, and keep rolling down the stream. All right, hold it, jump on me. Yeah. All right. All right, jumped on me. Dallas Allen, who that to you, fam? Teal says Sanders had high praise for Jack Rabbit. Yep. Jack, that's two professionals there, bro. Two professionals, no doubt about it. Thank you for that. Sufyan says those one-on-one tell you nothing, Q. Hey, listen, it shows you, bro. Listen, you can see when you see Marshawn Lattimore, Gardner, Emmanuel Sanders, those are two terrific players. So you can get a lot from that. You can see the technique, you see where they are, because right now you can gauge what you can gauge, but we ain't talking about undrafted guys. You're talking about two starters. So when they come out, they're going to start. But you can get a little something from that if you look closely, my friend. All right, Dallas. Who that to you, Dallas Allen? JT says, Q, he will turn it on in the game. I know Ray Long says, been a fan of Emmanuel since Denver. He's one of the most underrated receivers of the decade. He can do everything outside, inside, and control the ball as well. We know he did it to us. Javier says, go full screen with the highlights, Q. All right, I'm too late, brother. I'm sorry. All right. Crass is Sanders is superior route runner. All right, thank you for that, Crash. JT said, hey, Q, I looked at the tape of Marquez. Put him on the field. I know, bro. Sufyan says, those one-on-one tell you nothing. Full team drills will tell the level, and for now, defense has been winning. They have win. They do that every year, bro. They always win. I just hope they carry it on into the season. Audit the Fed says, I'm so disappointed, Q. Why are you disappointed, Audit? What's going on there, brother? What's going on, Audit? Why are you so disappointed, bro? What you disappointed about? What's going on over there? He says, I'm upset, brother. All right. What's going on, Audit? What's good? The Audit said, I saw the Saints helmets and I have a problem. What you got a problem with that, brother? I guess I'll read it as we go down here. Jasper said, I can see Big Q as a position coach for the Saints. Telling PJ and Marcus pulling them out of the game. Man, what you doing, man? Man, coach, I'm sorry, man. I know you told me 1,000 times. I just can't get it. Stupid. Marcus, don't hit yourself like that, bro. Cut it out. Just pay attention, man. What's wrong, man? I know, coach. I just can't seem to get it, coach. Listen, man. Just sit down and get you a drink of Gatorade. PJ, come here, man. Yeah, man. What's up, coach? PJ, you're playing outstanding in practice, bro. You're doing a great job. Thank you, coach. Yeah, they're doing good. I just wanted to tell you, man, don't let nobody tell you to play a corner ever again. Huh? Listen, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I know you won't stay in the NFL. Your future is at safety, okay? If they tell you to play cornerback, get a custard pie. You know what a custard pie look like? Yeah, get you a custard pie and smash it in whoever face who tell you to play a cornerback. You got me? What if it's Coach Payton? That'll be even perfect. Smash it in his face. All right, Jasper said, that'll be fun, man. That'll be fun. All right, good to see you there. Let's see. Kevin said the Raiders trying to get the DN from Jacksonville too. We'll see. They're holding on to that guy for whatever reason. I don't know what. Ngakoue, Yannick Ngakoue, I think his name is. Dr. Key, who that to you, Dr. Key says, who that Q? Hey, Q, do you think any NFL team is going to sit out any games due to do any protesting? Well, bro, it's very serious and very real. Now, I think this is this not just a beta test, because I think a part of the corporate world, even though they want to make their money, but you got to understand, they try to pretend like they're angels in this thing, and they're not. The NBA is far from angels, man. The type of connections they have globally, man, is very wretched. But I do like the fact that even like you have the NFL on, they have their approach. And then you have the NBA, which is a lot more, they're non-confrontational. I would give them that moniker. But at the same time, very similar to the NFL, it's just the appearance. It's just the appearance. It's still a construction. It's still a structure that the players know they can get a lot more money out of, because they got their hands in everything. That's NBA Africa, where they making bread off. It's the women's league stuff. They done bought up they started the G League and turned the G League into what is going to be a competing league against the NCAA. The NBA did like what Rockefeller did back in the day when he had an image makeover, because he was seen as a greedy Satanist monopoly man. So what he started doing was he started walking around handing out dimes. Seriously, giving nickels and stuff. A little child, he hated to do that, but that was just something that he did to remake his image. Then you see old men, like some of these old guys are wicked, man. They're really evil. but you'll see them eating ice cream cones and wearing pink sweaters and stuff like that. Just image crap, you know what I'm saying, to try to fool you into thinking they something more than what they are. You have to be smarter than that. I say all that to say that I like the fact that the athlete, and this is what I've been saying about you. Now your turn is coming. Your turn. The fan base out there. It is up to you if you don't like something to withdraw your support from it if it does not represent your views, or if you don't like it. It's up to you to draw support. And I'm talking to everybody. If you don't like what's going on, draw your support from it. Just like they are saying we're not going to play. The only weapon they have is to not participate. And that's a big weapon to do, because notice when they don't invest their money, their time and their energy into it, it don't work. And that's what I'm saying about everything that's been going on for a long time, is that the power is always with you, even though they make it seem like the power is with the commissioner. The commissioner don't have no power. What is he going to do? Get the board of directors, the NBA governors, and say, listen, since they're not going to play here, y'all take a jersey, you take a jersey. Look, I'm going to run point. I'm Adam Silver. I'm going to run point. Gail, you're going to be the off guard. And whoever else you're going to be with the board of governors and the owners going to get out there and play. It don't work like that. But notice that the people on the ground that's busting up ankles, that's tearing up ligaments, that's ripping muscles, notice that when they stop, it all stops. The power is built like that pyramid. And at the top, that the people at the top get more money, the people at the bottom get the less money. Even though we see it as a lot of money, they're getting breadcrumbs compared to the people at the top. I've been saying that. Them guys paying taxes and everything. Even though they get smart enough to start a 501c3, that's not the point. The point is they're making billions of dollars at the top, billions, without exerting any physical effort at all. It's mental work. Mental beats physical 3 times, 5 times, 10 times, 50 times, 100 times. That's what it's about. But the implementation, I've been saying about the implementation, the power is always with you. And I've been saying that to you. And the players are getting it. And if you don't like something, simply withdraw your support from it. That's what I'm talking. That is the power that you have. And that's not just for sports. That's for other companies that you don't like. Perhaps there's companies that you've been buying or you've been dealing with that you didn't know that you shouldn't be dealing with, because they had a past that was tied to something that was disagreeable that you shouldn't be dealing with, that they made money off in the past that you didn't know. That you might have an evil company from back in the day and they try to make that history go away. Perhaps. Macintosh, Apple. Want to care to look up their history? Get your mind blown on that. But we'll forget that and we'll command all this other stuff. But see, the universe works a certain way. And I've been telling people that. You got to look at this thing overall. If you want liberation and freedom, you got to have it and want that for everybody, not just for yourself. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if you want to be liberated, and most people do, who wants to live in a cage or an artificial construct where they're a slave to? Nobody in their right mind anyway. But all I'm saying is this, that if you want liberation, I got to want it for you. If I want to be liberated and free financially and everywhere else, then I want it for you, baby. I want it for you. I want you to have everything that you want. I want you to be everything that you want to be. I want you to have that. I want you to have that position at the job. I want you to have that business, whatever you want. Till, I want you to have those loans or whatever you want, baby. Adrian, I want you to have that. Dada, I want you to have the trucking business or whatever you want to do, fam. Derek, I want you to have that ministerial business or whatever, brother. Whatever you want to do. Dr. Key, all of the family members. I want you to have what you want. Brother JT, whatever you want. All of that. Because everybody got goals, and Iceman, all the people got goals. Kevin. I want y'all to have everything y'all want. I want y'all to be the best that y'all can be. I can only, and see, baby, let me tell you something. When I tell you that go out to you and it impacts you in here. And it might just be words, but listen, words represents vibrations. We made of thousands of cells and vibrations activate things. It's like my grandma always told me, she said, baby, listen, you're never supposed to be sick. And she said, and she had these religious people, man, old religious people that seen some stuff. My grandma always tell me, baby, that she said, a disease can't dwell in a body that's healthy. And it can't, dis-ease cannot dwell in a body that's healthy. And she said, dis-ease does not have the right to occupy your body without your permission. She said that belongs to you. God gave you that. And I said, yeah, she said, you got to speak it away from you. That's what she was telling me. And I didn't get it. I was young and stupid. I was full of testosterone and running around. And she would say stuff, and thank God I got a good memory. I remember half of this stuff. But I'm telling you straight up, man. I'm telling you straight up that when you speak and you speak stuff and you really mean it, you bring it to yourself, whether it's good or bad. So be mindful of that. And that's what I'm saying about these athletes. I'm so happy because a lot of these athletes, I'm telling you, I know a lot more about it than what I'm going to tell y'all on this show about what them athletes go through to get that money. And they know, and I both know it. They know. You know, and they supposed to be free. There's no life with slave. I want all the best for the people out there because y'all the best. And I mean that. I mean that. I get nothing from telling you that you're great and you're supposed to be. You're here for a reason and you're here to be great. I get nothing from that. I get nothing from that but to tell you that because maybe somebody never told you that. But you're great and you're supposed to be great. And you're here and you have a purpose. So never let nobody tell you that you're not supposed to be the best version of yourself. That's why I say I watch all this going on and I'll be like, man, look at how about this. You can no longer control the narrative, can you? They can no longer control the narrative because the people are representing and realizing they have the power now. So, but they can take over movements and shift them and co-opt them. They call it astroturfing. That's what they call it. You got grassroots movements and you got astroturf movements. And that's what they do. They co-opt the movements and they take them over and they try to steer them. But then, you know, when the movements steer away from the organic stuff, you know what time it is. They think you're so stupid. You know, I'm just sick of these people with these shenanigans in these games. And sooner or later, they're going to get gone because we too smart for that nonsense. But anyway, let's keep going in the chat. Who there to the family members? Thank y'all, man, for being here. By the way, I just want to tell y'all that. Ray Long says, we got to stop talking about clowning. Overrated as hell. Ray says, I ain't buying it. Crass says, what up with 6'7" dude named Marcus Hunt? Hadn't heard a word of him all week. I know, bro. Not him or Hunt. Look, Crass, haven't heard from Hunt. I did see him. Haven't heard from Hunt or Trey Hendrickson or Chiquillo. Okay? Nothing from those guys. But I guarantee you, 2 or maybe all of them make the team. I'm just going to keep it real with you. All right, Ray says, Q, you don't know if they gonna keep Chiquillo or fit the champ. I mean, if you're asking me, Ray, I'm gonna tell you, they keep Chiquillo. You ain't gonna put Chiquillo in the street after putting Nigel Bradham in the street. If Nigel Bradham was still on the team, then I say they put probably Chiquillo on the IR, which should have been the play. They should have put Chiquillo on the IR. He missing all the practice. What good is he gonna be? He's not gonna know anything. He hadn't practiced. Put him on IR. You could have had Bradham here a week ago. He could have been here eating up the plays, and he could have been a factor. I don't understand why would you put a healthy veteran linebacker in the street and you got another linebacker stand up there hurt? You know? I don't know. I mean, you got to ask Sufian about that one. He the one came up with that great thought. All right, Byron says, yeah, who that? Artist says, yeah, I'm calling it Raiders in Super Bowl. I mean, you got to watch out, bro, because we know how the game go. We know who run that stuff. The Raiders are going to, I say at least they're going to make the playoffs because they got a brand new building. They can't have a losing season. How are you going to pay for that building? Well, then again, you're going to pay for that building. All the Raiders people, the Raiders fans, the people that built that stadium, the Las Vegas people, that stadium already paid for. And whatever little bit of money that Oakland put up, man, the casino's going to get it out to people 3 times to 1. That's why I'm saying it all resides on you, don't it? It always comes back to the people. Skid Mark said, I hope Bradham doesn't get signed by a divisional team and tear us up. I hope not either, bro. I didn't like the move. All right. Kevin says, who's starting at safety? I mean, you're looking at both Marcus Williams and Jenkins, bro. Both of those guys. Brady says, who that to you, Wayne? Good to see you, Wayne Brady, in the chat. Uncle Paulie's in the building. What up, Uncle Paulie? He says, yeah, how many times Ted Ginn did that to anybody, push off and still make the catch? I don't know, Uncle Paul. I haven't seen him do that too often. He had all that speed, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, Ted wasn't physical. His name was speed, and he was mostly a one-dimensional type of wide receiver that got away with his speed for many years, and really toward the middle of his career, he started learning how to catch, because remember, he would drop a lot of passes. It's up until he went to San Francisco that he started to really work on his hands, you know, and he still dropped questionable passes for the Saints when he was here. in the second and third years. He just deteriorated in the offense, and that's weird because you would think a wide receiver in a pass-friendly offense like the Saints would do it. And I get you with Drew. Drew couldn't reach the ball, but hell, Drew Brees threw to Mike Thomas 149 times to break the record. You mean to tell me the best that Ted could get was 30 catches? And remember, it wasn't like Mike was suckering up everything. Alvin Kamara still made the Pro Bowl, and Jared Cook. Both of those guys made the Pro Bowl along with Mike Thomas. So, I'm glad Ted getting gone, man. He was deteriorating. Artist says, yes, yeah, I bet TB signs him. Till said fantasy football year 2. That's right, Till. It's going down, bro. We're gonna put it up there soon. All right, let's keep it going in the chat family. Man, wow, y'all just moving and shaking, man. I'm trying to catch up. I'm just trying to catch up with y'all, man. I'm trying to catch up with y'all. Y'all just gone. All right, let's keep it going. Iceman says, honestly, I'm disappointed too. Brother Paul said Jerry Rice will kill you on slants and curl and hook up. Yeah, he was a master route runner too. And Jerry was fast, but he wasn't like, he seemed like a deer, man. He was seamless, man. It was a business type mentality with Jerry Rice. He didn't talk and then play. I remember there was footage of Jerry lining up across from Deion Sanders, and Deion was showing respect by reaching his hand out, and Jerry ain't even paying attention to him. It's business, man. I ain't got no time to shake your hand. I'll shake your hand after the game. That's the same mentality the coach would teach you. Hey, man, what you doing shaking hands? Man, do that after the game, man. The coach ain't want you to shake hands during the game. Coach ain't want you to pound them off. He ain't want you talking to him. Coach didn't want you knock him down. He didn't want you to pick him up. And then after the game is over, then that's when you show your respect. They old school. That's old school, man. That's old school. All right. Let's keep it going, man. William Dickerson, who that to you, Will? Good to see you in the chat family as well. Derek, what up, Derek? Good to see Derek Lockett in the building, my dog, Derek. Artist says, is PJ playing position yet? Yeah, you called that last year, Q. I've been saying that for a long time about PJ Williams, that he's not a cornerback. I'm glad they finally seen it, man. After all those years, I was yelling that man is not a cornerback. Try him at safety. They tried him at safety. Oh, now he's a what you call him, a Swiss Army knife. PJ is not a Swiss Army knife. Cut it out, Aaron Glenn. Cut it out. Troy Thompson, what up, Troy? Good to see you, fam. Who that to you, man? Byron says, man, they cut Peanut Butter Willie and Marcus P. Let's see, Torrey. Who that? Torrey is in there as well. Paul says, yeah, Kevin Jimmy Johnson would have cut Williams by the William boys also. Yeah, if you ain't productive, you got to go. I don't know why they hanging on to these guys with all them good cornerbacks and guys. I just don't understand. I don't get it. GM Kev said, why is Austin Cone on the roster? Hold on, GM Kev. You can't talk about Austin, bro. Austin putting in work, bro. You can't talk about I'm just messing with you. All right. He says, we could have drafted a young wide receiver. Claypool would have looked good in black and gold, but we got great value again. Damn. Iceman said, what's up? Artist says, yeah, what? We still have Austin Carr. What the? You know what? Yeah, we still got Carr. He made it. He made it. And remember I told y'all last year, Austin Carr, man, Q, you crazy. Austin Carr ain't going to make the team. What he did, make up on the team. But you could stash Austin Carr on the practice squad because they eliminated that year ranking where you could put veterans on there. So you could stash some of the guys off of your active roster there. And I don't think people are going to pull Austin Carr off the practice squad. I think you can still stash him there because you never know wide receivers, man. You know, them guys get hurt and then you got to keep it moving. And then I anticipate the Saints using that practice squad like it was intended to, like the Philadelphia Eagles do it. They do it the proper way. Really, I like how the Philly pulls off the practice squad. They use it as an extension of the active roster. They'll put players there, and then when players from the active roster get hurt, they'll pull them off the practice squad, put them on the team. That's how it's supposed to go. Not go into the street and go get a guy like Krishan Hogan, and you got Emmanuel Butler and LaJordan Humphrey and Tiquan Mizell from last year sitting on the practice squad. That don't make any sense to me because I know that Emmanuel Butler is better than Krishan Hogan, but yet you went to the street to get this man and put him on the active roster and didn't even go to Butler. You know, I didn't understand that move. Well, you didn't feel confident in him, Q. Come on, what's the feel confident? What you feel confident about Krishan Hogan, whatever his name is, Krishan Hogan? The guy didn't do anything for the Saints. He was off the street, and he just put him on the active roster. Come on, man, you want a job? Yeah. You like reggae music? Yeah. Come on over, man. You got a job. And Emmanuel Sanders sitting there with his lip pushed out. I mean Butler. Emmanuel Butler sitting there with his lip. What you mad about it, Emmanuel? Man, that dude put Krishan Hogan on the team ahead of me. Yeah, that's the messed up feeling, man. That's a messed up feeling, I'll be honest. Sitting up there with his lip pushed out. What's wrong, bro? Now you heard Sean Payton put them on the team. Well, you got to work a little harder. Cheryl, thank you, baby. Appreciate the who that super chat from Cheryl. Who that? Cheryl. Cheryl, hashtag who that for life, baby. Thank you, Cheryl, baby. Appreciate you. Thank you very much for that. That's going to go right back into the platform, baby. I appreciate you. All right. All right. Let's see. John says, only 17 days till the Saints beat the Bucks. Ready for kickoff. I feel you, bro. I'm with you. Uncle Paulie says, Austin Carr must be the emergency long snapper. Uncle Paulie. Donald says, that's why they should make their own league. Players would make more money. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? But something tell me they won't. Why? It's a control mechanism that they don't tell you about. They know it and I know it. And most people that know it's a control mechanism. They seen that coming. And they actuaried that out. The league is 100 years old. It's a monopoly league. There are no professional leagues that can challenge the NFL at this point. A lot of people, the NFL then would have to, you would have to start a league when the NFL is not playing. You know what I'm saying? They got a monopoly here, man. They really do. And there's an underlying layer to why they won't do that and why they can't do that. There's barriers to this thing. It's set up protections for, you just can't walk up the top of that building. There are barriers in place to ensure that the model that is there now stands for another 100 years. I just put it to you like that. The NFL is designed to go into, they're made it to 100 years old. You understand? They made it through 100 years. You went through wars, plagues, everything. You think this is something new for the NFL? Maybe you think it's new because you might not know the history. But let me tell you something. The NFL been playing through several wars. They played through all kind of stuff, plagues, all kind of stuff. The NFL been playing, man. They played through all kind of stuff. So they have this stuff, the situation in place. They got a plan in place to make sure the league survives for another 100 years. And that's how really smart people economically do. They can either expand their thinking and not in increments of days, but years. Not just 5 or 10 or 15. We talking 25, 50, 100-year plans. And that's why I love the Asian culture. I love reading about the Japanese culture, who I just find such a splendid, splendid culture because, I mean, how, and we have a lot of unique cultures, but the Japanese culture, man, is it's a really interesting culture, man. And I say it so far as the will of a people that were nuked several times, right? It's an island. They were nuked. That island was blown up with 2 big ones, nuked them back in the day, right? Taken over, occupied. And then look at them today. The world's foremost leader in technology. How did that happen since then? How did that work? Because of the will of the people, the organization they had a 100-year plan, they called it, that they would take over the world. And Japanese animation, despite all the animators across the world, the Japanese animation is seen as by far and large the world leader of everything. And I'm a fan of Japanese animation. I grew up watching it. Gundam and Go-Go 13 and all this other type of stuff. And you got Dragon Ball, all that come from them. The contributions they made just from a technological and even a creative standpoint is something that you could learn to adapt to, to your life. And that's why I say, man, I speak about it, man. It's just the will. When the will of the people dominates past the will of the monarchs. Because that's what the way. Still got people running around here calling themselves kings and queens. Can you believe that? And this year, yeah. It's amazing. All right, let's keep going here. Let's see. Now, I like that league, your own league. I thought Cap should have did it. I don't know if you can got enough people with him to do it, or you have the organization. It take organization and people that believe in what you do. Tell them go talk to Cube. Cube put together a little league and did his thing or whatever happened. You know, remember what Isaiah Thomas did? Isaiah Thomas bought the CBA. Y'all remember the Continental Basketball Association? You know, it was a league that was competing with the NBA at one time. It was a smaller league, what the league was 30 years ago. And they had, 15, 16 something teams, 20 teams, something like that, the old CBA, Continental Basketball Association. And Isaiah Thomas bought it. He bought the league. He was the owner and commissioner of the league. But what I didn't like about Isaiah Thomas was that he thought like a worker as opposed to a boss. When he bought him, then he took the league and went to the NBA and said, listen, I bought this league and I want you to use my league as a farm league to grow. You were completely upset with him. Without even trying to compete, he filed bankruptcy and destroyed the league. That's what Isaiah Thomas did for you because he got a worker mentality. So you got people that can make millions of dollars for somebody else but can't do it for themselves. You know what I'm saying? They can make millions of dollars. And I often said to myself, how this man sitting up here, he got all this money, played for all these years in the Hall of Fame, got all this money, but he's sitting up here talking about basketball. Why he ain't somewhere running his own stuff? And if why you talking about basketball, own their stuff? Won't you get your own stuff? They don't do it. And there's a reason why. I won't get into it though. All right, let's keep it going there, family. I tried to watch another football league. You say Donald says in the NBA and NFL. I bet y'all didn't know that about Isaiah Thomas, did you? Yeah, I bet you didn't know that. But the NBA told them no because they were already creating the developmental basketball league. They were already, it wasn't named that yet, but they were already doing it. And then truth be told, they got leagues that they own in Europe right now that they ain't playing right now. But when basketball kick up again, the NBA got a part of that. They don't tell you. They call the NBA Europe. What that mean? NBA got money situated over there. And they got a pipeline where they bring in talent. And notice an infusion of African players from the continent of Africa into the NBA. There is an infusion. Why is that? Because there's a pipeline that the NBA has been developing in Africa, and they just announced it before this happened. They call it NBA Africa, which they'll have a league in Africa, making money there, making money in Europe, making money in China, making money in the US. They got the women's league. They got the developmental league, the G League, which will compete with the college, but they'll offer 6-figure contracts for people who don't want to stay in college. They got all that. They're getting it every kind of way. They're getting it all kind of way. They're getting it all kind of way. That's why the players say, you're going to give me some more of this money. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. You're going to get somebody. And see, the women should be next because you got to treat the women right, too. You got to give the women that money because they deserve it. I love watching the women play. They be balling, man. You know, they almost pay like they playing for free, man. And them women don't make a lot of money, but they need to respect the women game, man. You know, but I'm just keeping it real. I'm telling you what I be observing, family. I'm just letting you know. All right, let's keep it going here. Let's see. Sean Payton and Drew loves Austin Carr. That's right. Donald says own and make your own product, sign your own checks, make your own product. Everybody not a boss, Donald. You know, not everybody a boss, my brother. You know, and nothing wrong with being somebody that works for somebody else if that's what you want and that's what you like in life. Some people like that security or that stability. Some people don't know nothing about being an entrepreneur. You know, that's just something that they're not interested in. Trust me. But that don't make, you know, everybody got their role, bro, in life. You know what I'm saying? It determines who you are. But if you're a person like some of the guys that's there, they don't like what's going on, or they might not like how the league treating them, that's an option. You make hundreds of millions of dollars. You got buddies that got money. Y'all put together, create a front. But that kind of stuff is beyond the realm of thinking. Because I often say that about boxers. I often say that about how crooked the sport of boxing is that why don't those guys start their own boxing organization? Like you have the WBA, the IBF, the WBO, all these boxing bodies, these governing boxing bodies. Most of these boxing bodies are totally corrupt. I talk about them all the time, how corrupt and disagreeable and evil that they are, how greedy they are, these athletic commissions. But, you know, if you want to have a box, you can have your own belts, you can have the featherweights, you can create your own boxing league. You can do it. But a lot of those guys don't do it, and it's a reason why. If you go across the board, the athletes never move beyond where they're supposed to move, and it's a reason for that. There are books on it, too. We just won't touch on it here. Demi says, hi, Q. How is Marquez Callaway doing in camp? Hey, Demi. Who that to you, baby? Good to see you in the chat. Marquez is looking good. I showed a clip of him early, burning Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. He looks really good in camp. I'm very impressed with him. Audit the Fair says Austin Carr must always wear his knee pads. He old school. Donald said the players make the money and should own their own product. They should, Donald, but that's their opinion. They make the league, but how if you don't know you make the league and you don't exercise that power, then it'll go somewhere else. If you don't exercise the power's there, but you don't exercise it, it goes to the people above you and they exercise it. So some way, shape, form, or fashion, if there's power there, the power will be exercised either by you or by somebody else. That's why I say if you have an idea and you be like, man, that dude stole my idea, Q. I'm like, hold on. You had the idea when you had it. Man, I had it 2 years ago and I was going to do this, but this guy came along and did. I said, well, it's not your idea then. What you mean? I said, because if the idea was came to you and it was blessed with you from the universe, it gave you the idea and it came to you for you to express it from some shadowy state in your mind into a physical representative in this 3D reality. If you didn't bring it from the haze of your imagination into this 3D reality, then you can't lay claim to that idea. You didn't manifest it. So it's not yours. You can't lay claim to an idea that you didn't manifest, man. The idea is going to come to you, and if you don't execute it, it's going to go to somebody else, and then the next person, until somebody executes it and brings it from the haze of that hazy mental plane into the physical reality. People do that all the time. That is an actual gift and skill that people do when you can manifest thoughts into a physical thing that everybody else can enjoy. And people say that sounds a little deep. It's not deep. Your car, your cell phone, your television, this damn computer you and stuff that you watching me on, the microphones and everything that you see was somebody else's idea that was in their head at one time that we enjoy now. That's the reality. And that's what it is. And they had that power, and so do you. You have the same power. You just got to take it serious, baby. You got to take it serious and be disciplined to know how to manifest it. And that's what we see. That's what you see with the NFL, the NBA, and all this other stuff. And I keep telling y'all that the smartest people govern this world. You think it's a game? The smartest people rule the world. The smart people write the books. They become the authors of the books. And when you become the authors of the books, you become the authors that writes, you become a writer. And what do writers do? Or authors do? Authors write books. They write laws. And then once you write laws, then you become a authority figure. You become an authority. See, authors in that authority, which means simply a person that has the ability to be able to write rules and regulations for your ass to follow. You become an authority figure. So author creates authority figures, and then that leads it further on and form. That whatever I write, you follow. That's how it goes. But everybody has that ability. Everybody has. But if the guy at the top can teach you that you don't, and that this is what you're supposed to follow and you have no choice, then that's on you. Because you're supposed to know better. How am I supposed to know if I don't know, Q? Ask the Most High to show you something that you don't know. Do that prayer. Look, Most High, just, for real. Just when you pray and you sit down and meditate or whatever you do, if you do that, take some time to yourself. And ask the Most High, listen, Most High, I know I always ask you for stuff. I know I'm always asking, but listen, what do I need to know? What do I need to know to improve myself? How about that? What do you want me to know? Or what do I need to know to improve myself to be a better person? Try that out. Instead of saying, hey, I want the lottery numbers. I want the Lambo with the doors that go up like this. I want this. Instead of all that, man, do it. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. I'm going to keep it going here. All right. Paul says, if Nolan was the Saints defensive coordinator, Williams brothers and Patrick Robinson would be on the streets. Yeah, I agree with that. That's mediocre, bro. That's mediocre, bro. That's mediocre. You know what I'm saying? And most coaches wouldn't play with mediocre with players. They'll hold their feet to the fire. We've been letting them get away with that for a long ass time. Dada says, I believe Fowler takes Austin Carr's slot this year. You might be right there, Dada. You might be right there, brother. All right, hold on, man. I'm skipping all over the place. Let me keep on. I'm going to keep on running on up here. Y'all just too fast, man. Y'all just going off up in here. All right, let's see. B Jizzle, who that, fam? He said, just copped me the Emmanuel Sanders jersey. All right, I got you, bro. Got to stay up on my Saints gear. Prepper for Vegas, Chicago, Denver, LOL. Good deal, B Jizzle. Good to hear that, bro. Yin Grant, who that to you? Yin, good to see you in the chat, fam. Young City says, Q, he said, you feel about New Orleans Pelicans. I like the Pelicans, bro. But if you really want to know, go on. We got a channel called the Pelican Post Game Report, And, you know, the last couple of shows I did kind of went off on Elvin Gentry. ESPN did this piece where they was trying to paint Elvin Gentry as a victim, that he didn't know why he was this, and Till and GM Kev and Torrey and the rest of them, they'll tell you that I kind of got a little, you know, little hot under the collar about what they were saying about the Pelicans. So if you won't hear that, bro, go to our Pelican channel at the Pelican Post Game Report. And I had some explosive shows, by the way, the last couple of them, man. I do passion stuff, passion all over the place. But yeah, if you want to listen to that content, go to the Pelican Post Game Report on YouTube, bro. Type it in there and subscribe and listen to the content, bro. I got a bunch of stuff over there. All right, thank you for the question, Young City. Demi says, who that to the rest of the family? Paul has said, Uncle Paul said, I hate the Saints, all white uniforms. I love the old black and gold uniform, white pants, black and gold stripes. I know you do, Uncle Paul. Uncle Paul like the old school. Ice Cream Man, what up, fam? Ice Cream Man 504, good to see you in the chat, bro. Who that to you as well? Let's see there. Mr. Boombastic, what happening, fam? Good to see you. He says, who that to you? I'm excited to see Benny Fowler's being used. Kevin says, Austin's car scares me. Nobody on the field. Let's keep it real, LOL. Dog meat. I mean, that's too much time. I don't think you have to worry about Austin Carr this year, GM Kev. Donald says, Jimmy Johnson won in college and pros. How can Jerry let him out the building? Ego, brother, ego. He want the credit. All right, Kevin says, Carr looked better when he came in from the Patriots. He got hurt here. But like I said, Austin Carr, man, a lot of people like Austin. Dada says, I believe Fowler takes Austin Carr's spot. I think I read that one. Kevin says, I'm seriously doubt any opposing coach say we got to stop Austin Carr. Probably not. Donald says they should do it. It was what he says. It is what I'm sorry. They should do it. It is what it is, man. I hear you, Donald. But, you know, like I said, bro, how long has professional sports been played and they've had black players in it? You know, think about it. You're a fan of history. You know, there's reasons for everything. You don't think they had those same thoughts? Huh? I'm telling you, there's a reason why you don't see that. I'm just keeping it real with you. You know, there's a reason. There's also a reason, and you know, if you go to Hollywood or any other industry, why you don't see a lot of that same thing going on. Like in the music industry, for instance, we got a lot of artists and stuff. They'll tell you the same. Because I knew about the music industry when I was younger. I did a little production, put out some music. Learned, taught myself. I went we didn't have a lot of money when I was young. You know, my parents were hardworking people. You know, so I remember getting a bunch of music books cheaply, and then of course taking those old music books, and then you know, reading them and studying the music industry. And what I can tell you, what I learned about the music with a lot of artists, that they mess over them artists, and the artists, they don't have a union to protect them or nothing, and that's a shame. You often hear artists complaining about the contracts and all that kind of stuff. They're getting screwed because they are. They're in their pockets 8 ways from new, and that's not something new. If you go back to the days of Bobby Rush and Muddy Waters and all them old musicians going back in the days, like Lil Richard and all of that. And, you know, them guys complain all the time about people stealing their music. All the time. And they was constantly suing record companies for stealing their music. Because that's what they do. They steal your music. They do the same thing in Hollywood. They do the same thing in the music industry. But it's what it is when you're a guest in somebody else's house. That's what it is. That's what happens. You know, and just like people, and this is America. This is America. That's why people come from all over the world to come here. They don't have the same freedoms here that they have other places. In America, a poor man whose children were poor and come from the hood, or anywhere else that's impoverished, if they could study and make the right moves, they can be a rich man in a matter of years. And that's not the same as some countries where if you're born poor, you're classed there. Like if your father was a garbage man, you can't rise above that. You see what I'm saying? And they have classes where people are this and that, and you can't rise above. You see what I'm saying? But in this country, you could be a poor person, and then a matter of years, if you study and you do the right moves, you could be wealthy. And not only you, but your entire lineage, your family. We got brothers and sisters in here that understand when we talk about generational wealth, It's what the NBA and the NFL represent. And that's what I like about the leagues, is the fact that I love their organization ability. I love their vision. There's a lot of disagreeable stuff, but I often recognize and look at the positives. The NBA and NFL and those professional leagues, you can look at them and say, man, I can use that model for my family. You know, I can see generational wealth, or setting up estates, and you don't have to be rich to set up no estate. But you can be able to be smart with your wealth and investments and everything, and then change the overall outlook of your family for the next 50 years. You could be the change. You could be the person that can raise your family from a blue-collar family, a hard-working, honest blue-collar family, to the next level up. You takes one person serious enough, they can change the whole thing. They can break the chain and raise and uplift to another level. I'm telling you the truth. You think the Rockefellers always had it like that? No. Hell no. No, none of them did, except for the ones. And if you go way back to the royalty, they were poor too once in a time. And a lot of them got rich and peddling dope and running slave. I'm not going to even get into it, but I just know a lot about it, man, because I know history, you know. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Sufayan says, hold on. Sufayan said, this is the basic strategy some industries put barriers to protect their business for newcomers. See, Sufayan is saying it right in his act. Thank you for Sufayan for that great comment, family. Thank you. He said barriers in place to protect their business, right? Because you don't want to build, and you got to look at it from their perspective. You don't want to build a business and then the guy that's coming through the door take the business from you and your family members. So you got to put stuff in place that prevents that from happening. And I'm telling you, that's some of the things that are in place. There are other things as well that go to another side that I cannot talk about right now. That type of stuff I talk about on Q with Big Q, and I present facts and evidence behind it. But he's absolutely right. Sufine's right. Is that's how they protect all companies from corporate takeover or whatever else. You see what I'm saying? That the longevity of that company stays with its initial partners. And that if one partner wants to buy out, they sell to another partner, but they don't sell to the other partner unless the rest of the partners like the partner that they're selling to. If they don't like the partner, they vote to sell down and it don't happen. That's how it works. That's how it works. And oftentimes the organization goes after thriving people to represent the team. Like when Shin had the Pelicans or the Hornets here in New Orleans, he was a dumb bit. I ain't gonna say the man, I ain't gonna call him all that, but he was stupid. He did a lot of dumb stuff. He had a terrible contract, which the people couldn't even see the Pelicans on it. You had to have this network to see the Pelicans, and most of the people, he didn't have a deal where he had a universal deal like what Benson had. When Benson bought the team, the NBA said, listen, the model that Shin had when he was running the team was a terrible model. He didn't have a television contract worth anything where the entire region could see the team. Like right now, how Benson had Fox to come in, and then they rebranded a station. And what that used to be, it was like, what is it, Fox Southwest? It used to be Fox Southwest, but then they rebranded it Fox New Orleans or whatever, and then they started they got the access to Saints, Pelicans, post games, pre games, stuff like that. Maybe a little Saints content they sprinkled in there. They rebranded it, and then they broadcasted it and across the entire region so everybody could see the team. That's one of the first things Tom Benson did when he took over the team, is he destroyed that contract, that television contract, where only less than half of the base could see the Pelicans play. That was impacting their viability in the city. It was a dumb contract, but the guy took it because they gave him a lot of upfront money, but it wasn't a great move. Well, Benson, the better businessman, came in and reworked all of that stuff. He did it all, reworked it, everything, rebranded the team, called them the Pelicans, had a contest, even though nobody picked that name. Nobody picked the Pelicans name to be the name of the team, by the way. Nobody picked that. He did a contest, and then he picked the team. He picked the name Pelicans. He said, well, how you know that, Q? Because the Pelicans was the name of the team he used to, when he was a child, a young man, he used to go and watch the New Orleans Pelicans play. That was an old minor league baseball team when he was coming up. He used to watch them. Matter of fact, he bought all of the naming rights for the New Orleans Pelicans. Go look it up. Prior to the basketball Pelicans, it was a minor league baseball team called the New Orleans Pelicans. And what's the coincidence of you getting a basketball team to name the same team as the team he used to go to watch to play? They had the New Orleans Crew, they had the New Orleans Gators, they had the New Orleans Knight, they had all that names thrown up at there. But you end up with the Pelicans, though. Oh, okay. But that's the game, though, man. That's the game. But anyway, like I said, Sufian is absolutely right. Those are the barriers that's in place. He's absolutely right. But, you know, knowing that, you get educated because there are a lot of smart players. So Chris Paul is brilliant. You know, a lot of them, LeBron is brilliant. So you got a lot of really intelligent players that went to school, got, you know, business degrees. These guys ain't stupid jocks. These guys intelligent. So it's more than enough, not only money, but name as well to pull such an endeavor off. What's stopping it? You know, you think the league is going to now set up those barriers where it builds you up into a star and then you leave and go out of there and go start a league and take the star players out of the league? You think they're going to let you do that? Come on, fam. You ain't living in the real world. You don't think the people willing to protect what they build. 100 years league, I'm telling you. They might come off like they the coolest thing in the world. I'm telling you, that's a front. How cool you are working with the red team over there across the world. And they locking up people that disagree with them over there in China. How that work? But you don't criticize them though, because you won't get in there to get that money from them billion plus people running around up in there. See what I'm saying? They've been sold out, man. It's a game, man. Come on with it. All right, let's keep it going. Donald says money. Yeah, Ramsey, who that to you? Donald says, I don't know about that. Wow, I'm just telling you, bro. Everybody ain't gonna do it, man. If they'd have done it, they'd have done it by now. I'm keeping it real. Paul says, Sean Payton let Bradham get on his bad side. That gets you on the streets fast with a smart Coach Payton. I don't know if Bradham got on his bad side, Uncle Paulie. I haven't read anything of any evidence to substantiate that, bro. The only thing I know is that he said he wanted to look at the guys. They didn't say anything bad about Nigel Bradham. He wasn't hurt. He didn't do anything disagreeable. You know, he wasn't. We don't know how much money he was making because they never released the money deals about Bradham's contract. But he did not use money or any negative thing about Bradham. So I don't know, but you know, maybe Bradham will talk about it later on. But I don't know what happened with that. You know, I don't know what happened. I don't know why. But you got your kilo sitting there. We ain't play a dime, but yet you're gonna let this man go in the street. I don't understand, bro. I'm just as confused as you. But I haven't heard any evidence saying that there was a fallout between Peyton and Bradham. You know, none of that. Only thing I heard, he was a model citizen. He did everything he wanted to do, but he ended up on the street. I don't know. Till said he didn't know about that. What you didn't know about, Till? What you talking about, bro? Kevin says, yeah, Mutombo is NBA ambassador, and so NBA will come to Africa big time. Yeah, they got it all going on. I'm telling you. I follows all of that, bro. I follows all that. I really do. I look at all that. I'm like, wow, look at that. Because that's interesting to me. All right, let's keep it going here. Joe Guidry. Who that, Joe? Good to see you, fam. All right, let's see. Sufian says, read Porter's book about strategy. Thank you, Sufian. All right, Till says, didn't know about that. Okay. All right, let's see who else we got here. Who that to the family members? Please hit the like button, family. Wasn't aware about a buyout, but okay, I thought they just decided to bring them both together. Okay. Iceman says, when we got him on his bad side. I don't know. I don't know if that's what I'm saying. I don't know anything about. I haven't heard anything about Nigel Bradham being on Peyton's bad side. That's why he got released. I hadn't heard anything. The only excuse that he gave was the fact that he wanted to go with the young guys. I know I don't have any evidence about to anything else. But eventually it'll come out like everything else do. Derek says, Ditto said Bradham wasn't happy about the rookies getting most of the reps and confronted Peyton, and Sean let him go. Okay, I didn't hear it. I heard that was a rumor that somebody said that, Derek. I didn't. There was a rumor saying that. Well, and you said, well, Q, don't that sound like him? Yeah, it does sound like his ass. Well, listen here, Peyton, bro. You brought me in here, bro. I'm a 9-year veteran, bro. I got a Super Bowl ring. I started on these teams, man. How you got these other guys? Can I get a brother get some play? Well, listen here. First of all, let me tell you something. You ain't know, man. This is my goddamn team. I'm Coach Sean Payton. I'm running the show. Yeah, Coach, but nah, this ain't, you know what? Get your shit and get out of here. You fired. I'm fired? Who you think you is, Trump? No, you know what? You cut. You out of here. All right, that's all right. I don't know if it played out like that, but it does fit his character type. You know what I'm saying? Do a whole little play right quick. Yeah, you know, this my team. Bradham. Coach, it's all right. No, that's enough. But Coach, I'm here. I'm healthy. I just want to play, Coach. You got Shaquille sitting over there on the practice bike. He ain't play all season long, Coach. Can I get some reps? You know what? Nobody's telling me how to run my team. I'm Coach Payton, and you fired. Damn, coach, I just was saying, no, you don't tell me when to play you. I tell you when I'll play you, and I'm playing your ass out the door. All right, then Nigel was gone. That's the unofficial story. That's the unofficial version of it, family. That's how it went. But it do sound like Sean Payton, though. That's the unofficial story. You don't tell me how to run my team, Q. All right, coach, you got it, bro. You got it. You got it. All right, who there to you, Wallace? Good to see you. What up, Big Q? Keep going, big brother. Thank you, Wallace. Ty Redo, good to see you. Ty say, yeah, we're just speaking for the people, saying what we felt. Thank you, bro. Paul says, yeah, Q, the USFL, World League, see, brother Paul, the historian in the building. Good to have the historian in here. The USFL, the World League, which was NFL, by the way. That was the NFL's European attempt at a league that they did. And it wasn't the fact that the World League failed because of money. They were actually making money, but they had another vision that they wanted to bring on the back of the XFL. But when all this stuff started happening, it kind of killed it. But they ran the XFL for some years, and it was valuable. And I think that the thing, you remind me, brother Paul, I think what the NFL wanted to do was create a European league, like the XFL, move away from that and actually could create teams in the European league and then include them into the NFL, and they play intercontinental. You see what I'm saying? So you have teams in London and Mexico and Toronto and all these other places, because Buffalo almost at one time moved to Toronto. They almost went north to Toronto because they were losing, and ultimately McDermott came along, they started winning, and it kind of saved them a bit. But Buffalo almost lost their team to Toronto. Mexico, they were playing around and putting teams in Mexico. They were playing around and putting teams in London, Barcelona. Like you had the Barcelona Dragons, they had the team in Germany. They were doing all of that because the league was looking to expand football over there, and they was just getting the European people used to the American football brand. And then it worked, because that's what the international series represent, is the fact that the NFL is wetting their whistle wetting the European people whistle with American style football, and they loved it. And the real model is the NFL, with all this stuff get over with, the NFL would love to go over there, and then they play out of these massive soccer stadiums, and the soccer stadiums be sitting 100,000 plus people in those buildings. Imagine if you can gather that kind of support for the NFL brand. So they really incrementally done that, and they had some success with it, but they didn't shut the XFL down because it was non-viable. What I remember reading about it and what they were saying was they wanted to move to a next level of it because it served its purpose. So we'll see how it all shake after all this stuff move out the way. But he said the XFL only failed because the NFL hate not being the only game in town. McMahon, I remember seeing an interview about Vince McMahon complaining about that, and that they had a game in Los Angeles that was live. They had a generator running, and somebody unplugged. I don't know how it went, but this was McMahon saying, it's not me. Vince McMahon, who was the owner and manager of the first XFL league, like the second, but he was saying that they were getting sabotaged. Like they had, stuff was happening. Weird stuff was happening. Like they had a game going on in Los Angeles, and then the game, then everything went black. The equipment went, and all that kind of stuff. And he was saying somebody went out there and unplugged all the generators and stuff like that. Now, who would do that? And then I remember it's like, man, that's corporate sabotage going on. It's just dirty, man. They dirty. But Vince McMahon said that. He's like, man, we just was going through all kind of stuff. And, he was speaking on that. And I was like, man, come on. But I know I've read about corporate sabotage. It's a real thing. When your competition don't like what you're doing, so they go set about to try to sabotage you, mess with your development, that happens. And there are books on that as well. All right, let's keep going here. Kevin says Jim Kelly was chunking that rock in the XFL. Yeah, Jamore came out of that. Sam Mills, Vaughn Johnson. A lot of people came out of the XFL. And we'll see Reggie White came out of the XFL. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, brother Paul. Let me know if I'm right. I think Reggie White came out of the XFL, if I'm not mistaken. I think he has some roots in there. I want to say, I'm not completely sure, though. Paul says Bobby Hebert, Steve Young, Doug Williams were all in that. I won't say Reggie White, too, if I'm not mistaken. 985 Live, good to see you, family. Adrian, good to see you as well. In the chat, Herschel Walker was a beast, USFL. A lot of people came out of that, man. That was a viable league, man. All right, man. If only all that star power, could you imagine, man? All Herschel Walker, all those big-time players. That's amazing they came out of there. Okay, let's keep it going. Todd says, peace, everything is good. Thank you, Todd. Kevin says, yeah, that was good. Football, the NFL, and we want that and took it away. It goes, that's why I say, man, it's a dirty game. Dirty game. All right, Isaiah Thomas. Okay, Till, I got you. Yeah, bro, look that up. Isaiah Thomas bought the CBA. You remember the CBA, the Continental Basketball Association? They had like 12 or 12 plus teams. They were all over the country. Arkansas had a team. Shreveport had a team. Different places that didn't have pro ball. That was the thing, the model of like, if you're going to survive, you're going to compete with the NFL. One of the good things you could do, you can go get teams like the XFL. I mean, with the NFL, the XFL went and got teams in Los Angeles and New York, and that's fine. But what will really help you thrive is if you go to places where professional football don't exist. Like you go to Alabama and put a team in Alabama, or you put a team in Mississippi, you put a team, you know what I'm saying? Because those southern states are football havens. They love football. So if you could put a professional team in places where the pros will never go, the NFL will never go to Mississippi. They will never go to Arkansas. They'll never go to Alabama. That's just places where they'll never go. They will never put teams there. Sorry to say that if you're from those states, but you and I both know that's the truth. But if you put teams in those football hotbeds like Mississippi and Alabama, man, you'll make all kind of money, man. Those are football hotbeds. So just not only forget the big boys, the Los Angeles, and don't forget the XFL is still viable. The Rock bought them. That's right. Dwayne Johnson bought the XFL from Vince McMahon. A lot of people probably didn't hear that. Iceman said if they cut veteran for asking for more snaps, that's pathetic. No, he told Sean Payton he wanted more reps. You seen my acting? You seen that was the unofficial story right there, Iceman. Come on. You seen Joe Guidry, all right, Joe, good to see you in there. 985 Live, 985 J in the building. What up, 985? Good to see you, fam. 985 says you watched 13 on Netflix. No, I didn't, bro. I've been so busy, bro. I got it on there, bro. I'm going to get to it, man. I'm going to get to it. Donald says if that's the case, ask Philadelphia Eagles why they cut him. Well, Byron says Sean Payton probably cut Nigel Bradham out here. He might be the guy. Donald says The Rock bought the XFL. I hope he does. Good. See, Donald beat me to the punch. I didn't even see that. Paul says Fowler and Callaway will help keep Harris out of the wide out lineup so he can focus on special teams big time. Thank you, brother Paul. Okay. Who else we got? Ramsey say, okay, Ramsey, who that? Say, hey, Q, do you think that the NFL will ever start a team overseas? No doubt about it. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, Reggie White did. Thank you, Donald. All right, Ramsey. Yeah, but it's coming, bro. They're gonna put one over there. They just not gonna do it right now with the C-19 stuff circulating. But hopefully, when we get through with all this stuff, things change a bit. But they definitely have plans of operating in Europe, just like the NBA is doing. And these big leagues are going to expand, but they're gonna go in Europe and make even more money. All right, Sam Mills too should have been in NFL. Kenny says, I saw Ellis get a pick and a return into the house. Hopefully he can. Yeah, that was yesterday. He did that. He was guarding. I forgot who he was guarding, and he jumped the route and picked the ball off and ran it down. I was impressed. But Caden Ellis is special, man. He was balling last year in preseason. He was my preseason MVP last year before he got hurt. He was balling last year for me. I like Caden Ellis, man. Donald said the South is king of football. That's right. Paul says, hey, Q and the family, remember when the Saints used to have blackout games? I remember that. That's when the dome wasn't sold out, and then everything was blacked out. You couldn't see the game. You had to listen to it on the radio. Yep. I remember blackout games. Seemed like a thing of the past, being that the Saints are just sold out for the next 10 years. They only got a waiting list. We don't have them problems. We winning now, but we wasn't winning all the time, and they used to black us out. I remember that. You used to have to listen to the game on the radio. You used to have to do that. I remember that. Robert Clark, who there to you, Robert? Thank you. Philanthrodoc says, as a Mississippian, it is sad, but it's true. We're not getting a professional team here in NFL or NBA, LOL, anyways. Hashtag winning this year. Who that? Thank you there, Philanthrodocs. Thank you there, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, but you know how it go, bro. But if the XFL, hopefully that model is adopted, because there's several places you could play in Mississippi. You know, you can have remember what was it? I remember the CFL, when the Canadian Football League had teams in the United States. A lot of people probably don't remember that. The Canadian Football League had teams, U.S. teams. They had Shreveport. They had the Shreveport Pirates at one time. I think they survived for 1 year. It was the Shreveport Pirates. They played out of Independence Stadium in Shreveport, for my Shreveport people in the building. And then I want to say they had a team in Jackson. I want to say, didn't they have a team in Jackson? They played out of Jackson State Stadium, that big old stadium downtown in Jackson. I want to say that, but I remember the CFL had several American teams. They didn't have much life. You know, it didn't last long, but that was their attempt to reach into the American market. It just, Canadian football just didn't work with Americans. We didn't like it, but it was a short-lived venture. But I want to say Jackson, that was the last time they probably had like a professional football teams when the Canadian League. Let me know that, Philadelphia. I don't know if you remember that. Donald says the Superdome used to be empty, used to go to games for free. Yeah, we was terrible. We sucked. Iceman says, watch Bradham end up on the Vikings. Oh, man. Paul says, Chiquillo, Azzaloni, and Alonzo, the new Saints mash unit. Joe says, hit the like button, just don't break it for the next time. That's right, Joe. Light that some gun up. Smash the hell out the like button, family. Thank y'all. All right, Jim Kev says, I used to be hyped hearing that Fox Sports intro, knowing the Saints pregame is supposed to come on and some other team come on. The Saints game has been blocked out. You be watching Tampa Bay play Atlanta. They moved you over. You got to move to the next game in your region. That'll be Atlanta and Tampa Bay, or Atlanta. So I'm like, I don't want to watch no Atlanta. And if it wasn't Atlanta, it was Dallas. It'll be Dallas against whomever. I'm like, man, what's up with this? Because that's how they do you. If they blacked out the Saints, you're gonna either watch Dallas play somebody, or you was gonna watch Atlanta play. And I remember that. And I would turn the TV off and turn the radio on, and that's how we used to do it. You know, y'all remember? Kev said I used to hype that. Yeah, Ram said CFL had the Mississippi Players. Was that real? Was it the Mississippi Players, bro? Or you just making a joke? Let me see. CFL American team. I remember Shreveport had a team. American team. Let me Google it up here, because I remember that. That was back in the G. You probably don't even have that on here. CFL American teams. Back. All right. Yeah, give me a second, family. Look that up, because that's kind of messing with me. Because I want to say they had it was maybe two teams that they experimented with. Could be more than that. But I remember they had the Arena League and all that. I don't know if Mississippi had an Arena League team, but I know we did. We had the Voodoo, and the Voodoo was popular before Benson shut them down. Let me see. The first American team was the Sacramento Gold Miners. See, this happened way back in '93. The first American team in the CFL was the Sacramento Gold Miners. They had the Baltimore Stallions. And who else did they have? Interleague games. Let me see if I can find them. Yeah, they had, hold on here. I can't. Yep. Yeah. No. They ain't have one in. Okay, I see they old list. They had the Sacramento Gold Miners, the Las Vegas Posse, the San Antonio Texans, the Shreveport Pirates, the Birmingham Barracudas, and the Memphis Mad Dogs. And then they had the Baltimore Stallions, and then the rest of the teams were all up in most of the teams that they have now are still there. So they just eliminated all those teams and kept all the Canadian teams. But I think they call it the North and the South. No, they had it broken up into different divisions. But the Shreveport Pirates, okay, there wasn't a Mississippi team. They had a Memphis team. That's probably what I was thinking about, the Memphis Mad Dogs. So there you go. All right, so let's keep it going. Let me exhaust the chat right here. All right. All right, what was that? Okay. All right. Derek says, y'all remember when they used to give the kids Saints tickets? Anything to get rid of them nosebleeds tickets. Dr. Key said, I remember getting Saints tickets for free in middle school and in the beginning of the high school. How that done changed, huh? Boy, winning changes everything, don't it? Iceman says, damn, yo, that's foul how they gonna black a team game out when oh yeah, we used to have to couldn't do nothing about it. You know, we've read it. Who that to you? Good to see you. Donald says, yeah. He says, why I like what Malcolm Jenkins is doing on seeing he's very smart, can do both, great guy. Janoris Jenkins is having an outstanding training camp. Byron says, Q, what do you think is going to make the final roster before cut down start next week? Who do you think is going to make it? Start next week. Three picks, you ask him? That's tough. That's tough, Byron. I guess we're going to have to do a show coming up real soon. A breakdown or do a 53 listing. And I'll probably get everybody else to do theirs too, man. And then and get y'all to share it. Send it in to me so I can read it in. Read about it or, post it, on the Facebook page. That'll be the thing that you can do. Like, I can ask everybody to do like a 53-man roster. Their picks of who they think will make the 53-man roster. And you can post it on our Facebook groups, which is, go to Facebook and join the Great Saint Think Tank. The Great Saint Think Tank on Facebook. Join the group. And post your interpretation of 53-man roster, and I'll read it on the show. I'll read it and put it on the show. Okay. All right, let's keep it going here. Let's see here. Where was I? It's hard to say all of them, Byron, so I'm probably going to do a show on that, bro. This is a lot, but some of the guys, like maybe a Marquez Callaway is interesting. A Joe Pesci, perhaps, because you got injuries. You're getting rid of linebackers. Chiquillo's not there, so somebody got to step up and play. The defensive backs are looking more defined. That looks pretty simple. I think the defense is what it is. We're this close to the regular season. I don't anticipate too much change in where we're going defensively. We look pretty settled there, as far as the starters are concerned. Zach Bowen is going to be there in the 4-3 with Alex Anzalone in the middle, and Demario Davis is strong. Traditional stuff. Malcolm Jenkins and Marcus in the back. The Jackrabbit and Laddie Daddy with Chauncey Gardner in the slot. Underneath those guys is pretty set in stone, in my opinion. The wide receiver core is interesting, but I do think Traquan Smith stays on because Peyton likes him. Maybe they keep 5 of them. I'm saying you already got Thomas, Sanders. You have Harris. I think Benny Fowler makes it, and I think Traquan makes it. I think I added Deontay Harris in there. So I think 5 guys make it. What? Thomas, Sanders, Harris, Fowler, Smith. I think those guys make it. The rest of the guys probably don't, and that could change due to injury. Josh Hill is back, so you see Cook, Hill, Troutman, Stevens. It changes because you think Stevens makes it because they want him, but he could become one of those protected players that they put on the practice squad. You get 4 slots for the 16. He could be a protected person. He makes it. Of course, Taysom makes it. He'll play a lot of wide receiver. I don't think they keep 4 running backs, though. I think Dwayne Washington could be in trouble. They keep Latavius, Elvin, and Ty Montgomery. I don't think they keep Dwayne Washington. And they keep the fullback. So I think Washington could be in trouble if that's any consequence. I don't really see any big surprises. You may look at the offensive line there. And Easton obviously going to make it. Hurst is going to be suspended for the first month, so you have to adjust for that. But, maybe a guy like Will Clapp might fall out of there. They like Ethan Greenwich. On the other end, you might see Cameron Thomas. If he's healthy, I can see him making it with Easton. I think they keep 4. And if that's the case, Ethan Greenwich, Cameron Tom, Nick Easton, and then Hurst, that's your 5 off the bench, or maybe 4 or 5 backup linemen there. And you can see it start working itself out. They're not really doing anything different to kind of change it around, if you know what I mean. But probably have to work on that, bro. But that's a good question, man. That'll soon help. That'll happen soon enough, bro. We'll come up with a 53-man roster and read it on and make a show strictly about it and go over it. And and I'll open up the phone lines and stuff like that. Probably that'd be a good thing like that. That I'll open up the phone lines and let the family members tell us, what their 53-man roster is, before the season. Like maybe have a preview show, and then I'll pick the 53-man roster, and then open the phone lines and let people call in and give you their roster and what they, why they think this is that and the third before they actually reveal a roster. So that'd be even a cool idea, I think. And so, I think we're gonna run with that. So, just be on the lookout for that. Thank you for that, Byron. Iceman saying, honestly tired of Sean Payton Q. I think the Saints need to look in a different direction if he can't win another chip before the contract is over. They might have to, bro. I mean, I don't know how much coaching Sean got left him, maybe this next contract or whatever, but you can look at Sean. He getting old, man. He looking old and tired, and you get to a point where you might need a new infusion of blood, but perhaps you might have a coach on the staff that can carry on his principles, moving into the future. If the Saints look for a coach, they're probably not going to look very far in that case. Like if Coach Payton leave and you still got some of the people on his roster, you could look at a guy like Carmichael. I'm telling you, that's how it's going to go. You're going to see somebody come here and do a total overhaul. They just want to keep what Sean Payton had moving in the future. And I know Carmichael is not that much younger than he is, but I'm just saying in case Payton gets old and decides to leave, they're going to still try to keep his system in place. All right, let's keep going. Ramsey says, was it the blue bloomers? No. All right, Donald says, yeah, man, the Saints are set for the next 10 years. Drew is a big part of that. 985 Live say, I passed the Saints Stadium when I leave out Shreveport. Late 90s. Shreveport was cool up there. They had some gang people you see, but it was cool up there, man. It was cool. I enjoyed my little time in Shreveport and all that, man. When I was up there with my with family members up there. So, went to stay up there for a little bit. It was cool up there, man. I enjoyed it. Todd Redo says CFL has some quality football. Okay. We've read it says Vilma didn't start in his first 2 preseason games, and that turned out beautifully. Coach Payton knows what he's doing. Nigel should have been patient. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. We've read it. All right. Appreciate the comment, fam. Darrell, who that to you? Darrell Freeman, who that? Robert Clark, who that? Paul says Vince McMahon been trying to get a football league, and he just got stopped by he just gave up. Yeah, enough is enough. Donald says Jeff Ireland should be GM. Mickey should be president. Yeah, it should be something like that because we don't want nobody to pull Jeff Ireland up out of there. Dada says Tampa Bay said they're ready to take over the NFC South. Hope they find out Brady isn't the same without Belichick and the OC, and he gets hammered by this division. We'll definitely come for him. Thank you for that, Dada. Teal says Brian Urlacher may be in some hot water. Why? What happened to Brian Urlacher, bro? I ain't hear anything about that. Comments on the boycott. Oh, okay. All right. He did a Drew Brees or something like that. What you saying, Teal? All right. Weave says, Derek, I'm good, my brother. All right. Abraham, good. What's up, Abe? Good to see you, brother. Hope everything going out well for you in Cali, bro. Todd, I'm excited to see what happens with Harris on offense. Yep. Robert Clark says, who would you think? He said, who would you think know the Tampa Bay playbook better than Jameis or Tom Brady? Well, the old Tampa Bay book I would say obviously Winston, but it's hard for me to think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did a complete offensive overhaul within this compressed time frame. So you're right, bro. I think a lot of the Tampa Bay principles are going to still be there with a few of just a splash of the Patriot identity in there, but still a lot of it because that's not enough time to rework an entire playbook. So you're absolutely right. We're going to get a little bit of that as well. Paul says arena football helped put Kurt Warner on the map. What up, Derek? Derek Summerfield, who that to you, fam? Byron said, I got Harris, Cook, Trust, Troutman, Sanders, Thomas. Not keeping 4 running backs, only 3, Murray, Kamara, Montgomery. Everybody else got to compete for the final spot. Thank you, Byron. All right. Teal says, comparing Brett Favre playing after his dad. He says, comparing Brett Favre playing after his dad died to the NBA players boycott for a dude reaching for a knife, wanted a felony sexual assault. Wow. Some people don't get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't get it. And that's a part of it, man. And that's a part of the understanding. I mean, we've been dealing with that for a long time. A lot of people finally starting to realize it, that there's a lot of stuff going on, And then I hear people tell me, well, Q, they shoot white people more than they shoot black people. That don't give me no comfort, bro. I'm telling you. I'm sorry, that don't. I mean, if that's the case, you should be complaining as much as we are. and I hear that, but that I hear, and they'll throw stats at stuff like at you, and I hear you. I'm not a stat ignorer. You can tell me something and trust and believe whatever you tell me. I'm gonna go look it up. I'm gonna look up and verify what you're telling me, especially statistics. That's just how my mind works. It's gonna bother me until I find out if it's true or not. So I'm gonna look it up. But that doesn't give me any solace, to know that they doing that to you or to me. That don't give me. You're supposed to be out there more than we is, if that's the case, So I mean, just think about what I said, man. If that's not supposed to be going, no matter what's going on. If somebody ain't got no weapon, if you don't have a weapon, or people getting shot in the back, that's why people are really upset. You can't shoot a person in the back that many times. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. They used to frown on that in the Wild Wild West. They used to call you a coward because you shot the man. Like if y'all dueling pistols in the Wild Wild West, you gonna see that man face to face. You ain't gonna then say, you know what, I don't want to do no more, and then he turn around, you shoot him in the back. In them old Western movies, you shoot them multiple times in their back. I don't care what color y'all. Don't do it. That's terrible. And it's too much other stuff. They got rubber bullets and tasers and all that. You can't subdue people, with the regular stuff. All this money we spend on all this other stuff, rubber bullets and tasers and all that kind of stuff, and you can't. I just don't understand, man. I just don't. I'm not a fan of that, and I can't appreciate that. And I know the dude had a rap sheet, and if he was, they say he was reaching for a knife or something. Okay, what if he was going around there to get a knife? Was it still justification to shoot him in his back 7 times? They had a police officer right there grabbing him. He could have shot that dude. He could have shot the hell out of that cop. He could have shot the hell out of the cop. Was grabbing him. I seen the footage. The cop was grabbing his shirt. He ran around there to grab his shirt, and before he can pop, 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 he shot him. You don't shoot nobody 7 times in the back, bro. Come on now. Come on. Cut it out. That ain't cool, man. Not on any level. All right. Derek says, okay, D said, I'm from Shreveport. All right, D. All right. All right, D. Yeah, bro. I was up there in the mid to late 90s. I had family up there in the Highlands. You know what I'm talking about, bro. Highlands, we used to go on the Cooper Road. Used to go on the how you call it? The Cooper Road. The Cooper, they ain't say Coop, it's a country sound. It's country sound. Cooper Road. Cooper is Cooper Road, but it's not pronounced Cooper Road. It's real country accent on it, the Cooper Road or whatever. Used to go out there, eat on the Cooper Road, and then we went downtown on Texas. What is it? Texas Street or Texas? They had 2. They had Texas Avenue. They had Texas Street downtown. But the street used to go on. They had a club on there next to the courthouse, and then it went on the incline, and they had this big beautiful church, and then they had the bottoms, like from the Heat in the Night, like they called it the bottoms. If you remember watching In the Heat in the Night, you go up there and they got this big church, and then they got a street that go like dip way down, and then it back down there behind there. They call it the bottoms. Am I telling the truth, D? Talk to them. The Cooper Road. Used to go out there, had people out there, and I used to go out there and eat out there. I had fun out there. I used to stay in the Highlands. It was not too far from Centenary, where Robert Parrish went to school, because Chief is from Shreveport. He out from over there. And then we used to go over there to Bossier City, go over the bridge, and then go to Bossier City, go get seafood, all that kind of stuff. It was fun, man, back in the G. It was cool. D know what I'm talking about. D know all that. All right, let's keep it going, fam. You never know where your boy been. I've been all over this sucker. All right, let's keep it going, man. Thank you for that, Till. Appreciate it, bro. Byron said, I might change the decision on guys going to be on the teams once you open the phone lines. Abraham says, why the New Orleans Saints got rid of that boy from the Philadelphia? Hey, man, bro, we still trying to figure that one out. Brother Derek says because he sassed, like we used to say in the old school, he sassed him. He must have sassed Sean Payton. That's what it was. He sassed him. That's what it was. Nigel Bradham sassed Sean Payton. That's why he ain't on the team no more. That's unofficial now, but it's funny to hear it because it does fit his personality. All right. Thank you, Abraham. Iceman says, why should a Super Bowl champion be patient? I don't know what these rookies do. They will not have. Only thing I can say is what he's doing is the decisions that Payton making right now. Are they going to bring us a chip? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. Is cutting Nigel Bradham and putting a 9-year veteran with a Super Bowl ring with all that experience in the street going to get us a Super Bowl? That's all I want to know. is keeping Chiquillo on the active roster, even though he hadn't played a lick. And I hear what you said about Jonathan Vilma family from earlier, but it's a stretch to say Vilma and Chiquillo is the same player, bro. It's a bit of a stretch, wouldn't you say? But even though if that's the case, will this represent in the Super Bowl? That's all I want here. Are these Super Bowl making moves? I mean, come on now. And if you go and look at the rest of the competition, man, you'd be like, man, San Francisco signing people damn near every day. They signing people, and just like what Mozzie is rubbing off on me with his conversations about great value. Like, everybody know what great value is, right? Great value is the canned goods or the off-brand that you go to Walmart to buy. Instead of buying all of the stuff, the Nabiscos and the Fritos and the Betty Crockers, and buying the brand name ice cream and the hefty bags, buying all the name brand stuff. You don't buy all the name brand stuff. You buy off the off-brand stuff, and it's called great value. In Mozzie's term of great value, that's what he calls unknown players. Who he calls them great value players. Unnamed players. So if I can borrow Uncle Mozzie's term for a second and saying it's all of these moves to get these great value players, is it going to bring us a bowl? That's all I want to know. Is it going to bring us a chip? Because all I want is a chip. I want a chip, and then I want another one. You don't know what they said about that old saying, you can't eat just one. You can't have one chip. Of course not. So I want 2 chips. And we're going to start with this year, and then we're going to get the next chip. So is all these moves and the great value moves, is any of this going to introduce us to a chip? Please let me know. Please, is the Command great value move, the Command Hall great value move going to bring us a chip? I'm just asking. Is any of these moves going to bring us a chip? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking collectively. From the Gray Saint think tank, that's what I'm asking about. Is these moves going to translate in a Super Bowl? Yes or no? That's all I need to know. All right, Derek says Carl Grandis is going to show out. He's going to take the advantage, the second chance. Okay, I thank you, Derek. I like what Grandis is doing, bro. Hopefully he step up. Paul says Warren Moon. Yep, Warren Moon came out of the CFL. 3 Grey Cups. Isn't that awesome? Darrell says, I'm cool. And Q, how you doing, fam? Up here, sitting up here talking about the Saints, baby, and loving it. Talking to the family. Thank you. Okay, Darrell said they call it yellow belly Q. Well, that old yellow belly. You shoot somebody in the back, they call you a yellow belly. He's a yellow belly chicken. Oh, man. Yeah, you can't shoot even the Westerns. I'm a Western fan, man. They frown upon that, man. You can't shoot nobody in the back, man. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's seen as chicken and cowardice. Paul says, hey, Q, the family remember New Orleans Breakers. I remember the New Orleans Breakers from the USFL. I remember them. I do. They had a white helmet with the little wave on it. I remember. They used to play out the dome. I remember the Breakers. They ain't last long, though, man, but it was fun watching them. Iceman said, okay, dude shot 9 people in the church, and they went and got him a burger, but they telling me, right? Man, listen, bro, they got a lot of people that just don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. Because you ask them to open their minds. Some of them people can't open their minds, you know what I'm saying? Because they just don't see it yet. And unfortunately, there's 2 ways you can see stuff. Maybe several more, but 2 I won't focus on. One is you see stuff through experience, meaning that you've experienced loss before where you know it's real because it impacted you in a real physical way. And then, of course, being that, and whether that's a family member or a friend or a classmate or a teammate, whatever, something happened and their experience came to you and you witnessed it in a real way, not something you observed on the television or read about. And then, then there's the actual thing of you actually going through it as opposed to you witnessing the same person I just spoke about. You actually have that experience. You see what I'm saying? Some people some people can't see that until they actually go through it. That's a shame, because even if if you keep hearing people say that, stop saying they're lying or they don't know what they're talking about or whatever. You got to understand that the system affect people differently depending on who you are. I'm just keeping it real with you right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you how it is. Please take what I'm giving you and add it into your knowledge base, because this is not coming from CNN or Fox or some people with an agenda. I have no agenda. I'm a New Orleans Saints black and gold family member just like you. And my only agenda is to see the New Orleans Saints get another championship. So if you with me on that, that's my agenda. But outside of that, I have no agenda. So it's no need for me to tell you something to steer you in a direction to put you over here or there. Listen, I'm not a fan of none of that. I'm not a fan of the red team or blue team because I know it's still one team. Once said, like one of the guys said, professor, I forgot who it was, said that in order for the bird to fly, and he looked at the system as a bird, you have to have two wings for the bird to fly. Well, you got a left wing, and we know what the left wing stand for, and you got a right wing, right? Left and right wing. You need both of those wings to fly for the apparatus to work. And I use that analogy just to explain to you in using that animal term to show you that they both work together despite the fact they look like they're fighting. They're actually working together because that's how some of these bills get passed. A lot of this stuff get passed because they work together and they like to pretend like they're fighting in public. I'm not saying that what a lot of stuff that is that they're doing is not real, because some of it is and some of it isn't. But it's getting to a point where they got outside interests that's trying to direct your country. And you got to determine who's doing what and how and whether you're going to get behind it. But let me tell you something. The people on the outside, they are hardcore. And a lot of people following them, but they don't know what they're doing. They don't know the plan because they compartmentalize. You'll meet people that's really intelligent. I'm talking about college professors, teachers, really intelligent, book smart, brilliant. But when it comes down to common sense and deciphering and discernment, they lack that skill. They lack it. And it's the training, because when you go through all this training, it's a way they wipe away that and you just go off the textbook. And that's how a lot of this stuff get messed up, because if you got a law, the law is just paper and is paper and ink. But the law is interpreted by the heart of the person that's using it. So if you're a good person, you're not going to go out there and consciously look to harm people. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a good businessman, you won't purposely go and get a bunch of illegal stuff and sell it to hurt people, or put stuff in the community that will hurt children, or use paint in buildings with lead in it that'll make people sick, or give them bad medication with side effects in it. You know, you won't do none of that knowingly because you're a good person. And then on the other side of the spectrum, there are people that are just born dirty and rotten. They don't care about you. They don't care about themselves. They can't stop themselves because they don't have governors to stop them. You're the governor. You are so evil. Don't stop itself, family. Let me tell you something. Evil don't stop itself. It's up to good. Good stop evil all the time. You have to decide on what's real and what's out there. That's all I got to say, because there's a lot of stuff out there and they're using real emotion to mess with people, to make people upset. And despite all that's going on, I'm telling y'all, keep your emotional minds. I know it's tough. But it's designed. Remember, they used to hide this. Just remember this. They're showing you this for a reason. They're showing you countless times, showing you these events over and over again for a reason. They're picking at that sore. They're picking at the sores of the people that still haven't healed yet. And they're doing that on a purpose. They're doing that for a reason. I'm just going to keep it real with you. And that's all I can say about it. If you want to hear some more, go on Q with Big Q, sign up on Patreon, because I talk about that type of stuff. That's the kind of form that I cover it on. I can't cover it on here. Y'all know why. But anyway, let's keep going, man. Let's see. Okay, Iceman Silski. Okay, let's see. Thank you for that, Iceman. C-Roll. There you go. D said, D know what I'm talking about. He says, you know what you talking about, Q. The Cup of Road. I know. I used to go on the Cup of Road, go out there, drive out there. On the way there, I used to stop and get something to eat along the way. You know what I'm saying? They had a little soul food joint. I don't know if that old guy is still out there no more. He used to make ribs and all that. And then we go downtown. They had a little place downtown. They had the big old stuff on the side of the wall there. It looked like a big, beautiful mural they put on the side of the wall there. But they did that a little later on. That wasn't out there when I was out there. Well, you know what I'm saying? When I took a trip back there, I seen that. You know, I used to go back there, you know, to go eat and stuff. I haven't been back there in a while. I haven't traveled up there in a while. But I remember being on Texas Street or Avenue. I won't say Avenue. It might be street because it's on the same street as the courthouse. And they had a little Italian suit shop next door. They had a little bookstore right across the street. They had Suno. Used to go over there, had a little bookstore over there. I used to go in there and buy books and sit in there and read. And then they had it was just a good time, man. I was a lot younger then. You know, I had my little girlfriend up there and all that kind of stuff. We was all right, man. It was all right. All right. D taking me back to the Cup of Road. James says, regardless, you don't shoot a man 7 times in the back like an animal. By accepting this, you're giving gateway to you being brutalized, murdered. James said it perfectly. That's wrong to do that. Absolutely. I don't care if you pink and polka dot with a green stripe going around in a circle. You're not supposed to do anybody like that. And then the repetitive fact that you keep seeing this over and over again is really exhausting. You know, it's really exhausting. I understand the narrative too. I know what they're trying to do. Trust me, I do. Because they don't care about the black folk no more than anybody else. They don't. But they're using the source, picking at us, driving this, doing this, and festering to keep people upset and mad. But that's why I'm saying, pray. Settle yourself down and pray. And don't get all emotional and riled up, because that's when bad stuff happens. And when change comes, you want change to come. That happens. You got to connect with the Most High with that, man. Because if you're going to bring real change, impactful change, you got to collect to the Most High, that source energy, and let that come behind you. Because you pressing up against forces, dark forces. Remember the scriptures talk about invisible adverse forces operating from another plane somewhere. That your struggle is not against flesh and blood. It did say that. One of my favorite sayings of all time in the scriptures talked about that your struggle is not a flesh and blood struggle. It's a spiritual one. So in order for you to get ready for that, you need to tune into the Most High. And you cannot gauge the Most High with an evil, upsetness spirit in you. You can't do that. You have to be peaceful. You have to be calm. You have to be in your logical mind. And as long as you keep that, they can't twist you or push you into places where you don't belong, because they're picking at stuff. They have absolutely no intention of doing what they say they're going to do. Listen to me on that. Listen to what I just said. They have no intention of doing nothing. They're using this to steer you in a place where you will not like it. I'm telling you, I've read their textbooks. They're out there. I've read all of their literature. I've read their white papers. I've seen their books. I can tell you, you want some facts? I'll tell you one book you can get right now. It's called Tragedy and Hope by Carroll Quigley. He was Bill Clinton's mentor at Georgetown University. Buy that book and then talk to me about what it looked like. It's called Tragedy and Hope by Carroll C. Quigley. Buy the book. Buy the ebook. Listen to it if they got it there. Read the book and get a bang out of reality and understand what's really going on. Read it. Check it out. That's one of the books. Carroll C. Quigley's Tragedy and Hope. Now I'm telling you, you want some sports, read that. That'll tell you everything you need to know. It'll read like a Saints playbook. Drew Brees throwing the ball to Emmanuel Sanders and coming back. That's the reverse. It's the whole... Then after the second play, it's a whole game plan, man. You're going to be like, man, you kidding me? Nah, you ain't kidding you, fam. It's done that way to be fantastical, man. So you won't understand, because you in a bubble, you think inside the bubble, and you ain't seen it before, so you would naturally buck up against it. But you see all this going on, and it's going to a place. They directing it to a place. I'm trying to tell you what time it is. And guess what? I'm going to tell you another thing. You've been here before. You've been here before. And that's why I told you about that time loop stuff. This happened before and they failed. They went back. You go back 30 years back to the 60s, the same thing happened. But the roles were switched to a degree. It happened in the 40s, and the roles were switched to a degree. It was blue-collar whites that were upset and angry and attacking and burning and doing all of this. And then it switched again. And then, you see what I'm saying? Back then it was about reparations. Then it changed to civil rights, even though no human can grant you the right to be civil. But we didn't think about that. Nobody could grant, no human can grant you the right to be civil, man. Come on. Nobody has the power to do that. That's something the Most High grants you. So that point is moot. So they knew. So all this is all the bastardization of history. They know all of this. That's what I'm saying. Everything operates in cycles. It all happens in cycles. It's cyclic, and it'll keep happening until you break the chain. I've said this before, haven't I? I've told you this. This is history. This has happened before. It's happened several times. They've had several stock changes, stock collapses, and several times in the recent past that you've had viruses that occurred that were worse than what you had. You go back and research and just go and look at it. Go back and look at back when the 1918 flu hit and Google pictures of them. They was doing the same thing. They had face coverings, walking around with masks on their face. They was at the football games with masks on their face. Same stuff happened. How you living in the cycle? Because you don't know history. Those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. But this time around, they're trying to push you to the ultimate point. They move you slowly and slowly, moving what they call Overton window. And they move it incrementally. So you're seeing all of the stuff on television that's inappropriate for children, ratcheted up. The music is totally inappropriate. They're teaching views that tear you down, that run you down. They're not teaching anything empowerment. They're not, the radio's full of sex and violence and drug dealing. The same thing with the music. You thinking that's on that's just random? No, the same people that control everything you look at control all of that. I told y'all on the show that 6 networks control all of the media across the world. 6 companies control all of that you see. Everything. 6 companies. 6 of them. I'm telling you, man, all this is done for a reason. And you're hearing this for a reason. The thing is, are you going to let it loop you again? Are you going to let it loop again? I'm telling you, the only way to beat the loop is to know your history, to know where you come from, and understand that the best way demons use to control you, because they can't do it no other way, but to get you upset over real stuff that's happened, and then say, we can do this. And then what they're going to do is going to be worse than what you have. Trust me on that. And people saying, get rid of the people, get them out of here. You know what they're going to bring after they get rid of the people? It's going to be 2 times worse than what they're talking about. I'm telling you, they got to end their stuff. On cue with Big Q. I can't get into it on here. I got to leave it alone. All right, let's keep it going, fam. Let's run it. All right. James says, I'm glad the athletes sitting down waiting on this for months. Athletes, entertainers, doctors, leaders. It's good to hear them all talking, man. About time. About time, bro. About time. Finally, they got it, because a lot of them wasn't doing it because they was caring about their own pocketbook as opposed to their community. But sooner or later, the overall spirit of the people will wake you up, because people will keep talking to you and telling you what you're doing. You ignoring the community about what you're doing. You can't ask other people to do for your community what you're not willing to do for your own community. Come on now. That's facts and stats. Come on. You can't ask people to do stuff for your community. You got people that can do it. They come from that community and they turn their head and go the other way. You need to shun those people for doing that. Because I know other people's cultures that would not let them get away with that. That would not let them get away with that. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know. You cannot ask another people to do for your culture what you're not willing to do. Listen to me now. Hear me on that. You know, let's move it on, man. Hey, Big Q, Will Gilligan get off the island? I think so. And I think he gets on the practice squad. They like that kid, man. I'm telling you, he has a place with the Saints. I mean, he been kicking the hell out the ball, that Gilligan. Down say I don't like the great value. Great value, man. I'm telling you, that's a great term, isn't it? Great value. I can't take claim for that. That's Mozzie, man. He put that up there. Oh, man, Darrell Free. We got great. Name me 5 great value players on the Saints. That'll be fun to see what you guys put on there. Give me 5 great value Saints players in order of importance. Who the number? Give me 5 great value players for the Saints family. We'll do that as a last exercise before we check out. Give me 5 great value Saints players on the team in order of importance. I'm going to read it. All right. Jose, who that to you, Jose? All right. There you go, Till. There you right. Yep, Till. And the cold part, Till, about that Sorrow dude, that dude there, bro, is not the man. He works for the family that they don't want you to know about. See, it's less than 5% people, 3% or what they call the elite people that doing this. It's 97% of you, of us, and it's like a tiny bit of people, but they control all this stuff in here. But all you have to do is not participate. Turn off the TV. Don't believe what they say. Don't believe it about the medicine. Don't believe it about the school stuff they're teaching you about, and take onus of it. Take onus. Learn to grow your own food again. I know if some people stay in apartments, but they have stuff where you can buy from an apartment to grow food in. I'm telling you, there's no excuse. Take onus of your food growing power. Buy water filters. There's gravity-fed systems that you can buy that cost a couple $100 where you can filter your faucet water and then drink. It's a filter. It got 5 filters in it, and it's a charcoal filter, and it filters the fluoride and the chemicals out of the water. It don't run with no electronics. You don't have to worry about buying no plastic bottles. You can filter your faucet water and drink it and never have to worry about buying bottled water again. I'm just keeping it real with you. You know, some of this stuff I'm going to start sharing with you guys, because that's where the power comes. We need to be growers of our own food. We need to take that power back we gave to Winn-Dixie. He advocated our food growing power. When we gave them the power to grow food, man, we fuss about the food. Oh, there's too much. This bell pepper, $2. No, but grow your own stuff as much as you can. Grow your own stuff. That's what I'm saying. Take that power back. Take it back, because they got it because we advocated it. But once we take it back, like the players are advocating that power. even though they're the players and they're looked upon as the lesser beings of the situation, because you got the players, then you got the administrators that work for the owners, and the owners and the administrators like the commissioner, and then the owners sit on top of that thing, right? But the players, without the players, the whole thing don't work. But it's appeared that it's based where the pressure of the whole structure is on the players. But the players have the power to carry the structure. Nobody else do. And it's the same in life. How would you not know that unless you have the knowledge to know where your power lies? And the only way to break the cycle is to recognize that you have power, more power than they do. You are empowered. So don't believe the crap. Don't be depressed anymore. Do not be sad anymore. Do not be scared anymore. You know, you have a certain amount of time to be here on this planet. Make the best of it. You know, don't be backbiting. Don't be, mean, all this kind of stuff. Focus on being great and executing and being a positive influence to your family members. While you got that time frame, improve, help, and set a legacy. Build a legacy for those behind you. Set a legacy, a change, apparatus. Be a warrior of change in your family, where you impact your family in that way, and that impact is felt for 100 years, just like the great Japanese people did when they came up with a 100-year plan after their country was bombed into the Stone Age. Now they control the science and technology, animation, all kind of stuff, man. I just have so much craziness about it. It's crazy, man. That's awesome to me. All right, let's keep going here. Let me run up out of here. Texas Street. All right, thank you. D said D already know, man. Come on. Robert says, seeing Sean Payton on interviews and training camp, he doesn't look like himself. He looked like he's aging fast. I know, almost looked like he the president of the country. When Obama went up in there, he had black hair. He came out of there, he was all white up top. And it's same with all of them. They go up in there, all of their stuff. That man went up in there, he had orange hair. His hair is a fading orange now. I mean, what y'all looking at turning your head up like that, I'm just saying, man, it's crazy, man. That's a lot of deep stuff they must be learning about, got their head turning white like that. All right, let's stand. Sean Payton act like he the president of the country, man. He doing it to himself, though, bro. He can have the most relaxed job in the history of the game. He didn't have, if he would just relinquish some of that control. He got great player, coaches, assistants, great people around him. He needs to let them do their job and take his hands and foot off the wheel. Let Carmichael call that game and just sit back and and just chill. Every now and again, you go up in the booth and watch the game. Just cruise control in it. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to get a better product that way in your life. It'll be long out. That other take control and wrestle, I got to do it. That's foolhardy. Paul says, hey, Big Q, trigger happy cops is the problem, and sheriffs and chiefs need to get control of these officers. Yeah, you see, and I've often said that, listen, I'm not a guy that say, listen, get rid of the police. I don't believe in that. That's foolish. Because, and I'm gonna tell you, I want to tell you, but I can't tell you. You gotta get on cue. Please join the Patreon, please. Because I want to talk to y'all, but I can't talk to y'all. And I can give you the real on there. But I can't do it here because of obvious reason. So go to patreon.com/the PRO Media Network and join on cue. Join the Patreon. There's 12 or 13 shows. I don't know, Tori, Derek, Dada, GM Kev, I don't know. They have 13 episodes of On Q with Big Q. We just did an hour show not too long ago, and I'm working on another show. I'll be breaking down some stuff that's coming up, and I'm breaking down in parts. So I mean, they got some stuff on there, man, and I promise you're gonna learn some stuff. Matter of fact, the last show we was talking about the pharmaceutical industry and how the Rockefellers took it over. A lot of people don't know that. So, I mean, we talk about stuff like that, man, on Q with Big Q. So feel free to join. Please join the Patreon, man, so we can have these discussions. If you're interested. If you're not, that's fine. But if you are, if you digging with, you won't break that circle and we got some information, man, whatever, man, join it. Help it out. All right. Thank you there, fam. All right. Hey, Kevin says, what is the name of the secret meeting that all the powers around the world and meet to discuss? That's the Bilderberg meeting, brother. Bilderbergers. Byron says, Tramal, who that fam? Paul says, Big Q, I love the old New Orleans commercials. Rosenberg, 1865, Tulane. Suede had he had some shirts he was doing with a lot of them old companies' logos on them, bro, but he changed it just a little bit so they can't sue you. He was doing old Rosenberg shirts, and remember Seafood City? Seafood City is a berry bread. He had a seafood. I'm gonna have to bring Suede on him, let him talk to you about it, bro, because You know, he was talking about that. You know what I'm saying? He was speaking about that. You know, in heavenly realms. Thank you, Derek. Appreciate that. Jose says, all right, thank you. All right, appreciate your family on that. Thank you, brother. Derek says Ephesians 6:12. D, I can never get that, bro. I got the crutch of it, bro. I got the hardness of it. I'm gonna have to put it here on my desk somewhere. And matter of fact, I'm gonna print it out or write it out and put it on my wall and refer to it, because I've been thinking about that quote a lot lately, man. Because when I've been seeing stuff, I was like, man, see, people thinking they can deal with it like this. No, you can't do that. You don't have to do that. You don't even have to get here. You here and here, you don't have to take it here. You would defeat it up here. Because there are forces, how powerful you are, you have access, and they don't tell us this, but you have access to stuff, forces that you can call to come to your aid. And, you know, people call them angels or whatnot, but listen, a lot of this happens, a lot is going on, and the Most High created laws for the universe. We all know this, the commandments and the rules. There are rules and regulations to live in the universe, right? That's just the same. That's just how it is. Without rules and regulations, there'll be chaos. Well, of course, the agents that don't like the Bible believe in do whatever you want to do. Don't listen to the rules. You know, if you want to do this, go and do it. They don't quite work that way. There's rules and regulations for everything. And usually the people that started, you know, the rebellion in the scriptures were people that was telling you, man, we don't have to listen to that. Just do whatever the hell you want. So they've been agents of chaos. And notice how you got chaos going around. So order for you, when you usually see a movement, the right movements come, they don't come with chaos and burning and killing and shooting, all that stuff that really sticks and comes around. And even though you say, Q, well, that's how a lot of people got it back in the day by getting rid of the Aboriginal people. I get you on that. But listen, that was still temporary. That's still temporary. And hear me on this. When you do it the right way and you tap into the right forces, it's an everlasting thing. It's everlasting. And to speak about in the scriptures as covenants, covenants is like a deal made between God and the people. You know what I'm saying? And why would God need to make deals with the people when he could just tell you what to do? It's not, you know what I'm saying? Because he granted you free will. You had the epiphany that you wanted to be separate from everything. So he granted you that. And as a result, you having an experience out here that's totally for you and only you that's for you. And as such, nothing can't come. The Most High can't come in your life and tell you to, you know, you got to do this. No. And he won't move in your life, or the forces won't move in your life without you giving them permission to. Because that's what it is. You got to give the positive spiritual forces permission to operate in your life. You got to give them permission. Just like in Satanists, what the Satanists do. The Satanists make you recant your God and take theirs. It's an actual verbalization. It's a verbal saying that they go through to get you to do that. Now I'm saying that because it's an understanding here that you have to give them permission to move in your life. You got to. And as such, those same forces are sitting there waiting for you to say, come on with it. Just like I told you when I was 15, 16 years old, and I was seeing my friends die and, you know, and all this kind of stuff. And I asked my cousin die and everybody. And I said, and I said to myself, said, why? Heartfeltly, why? Why? I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on, family. But when I got in that mind and I said in my heart and seeing my cousins die, my friends die, and the babies dying, shooting, bullets flying, killing the innocent babies, and the poor women getting beat up and shot because some jerk upset with them, I asked, why? Why? Why is this happening? When I said that, the universe then said, okay, you ready. Bam. It came. It came. And then I got all these answers. I got all this stuff. And I was studying it from 15, 16. That's how I know all this stuff. It was 15, 16 years age. And I've been studying it for over years and I never stopped. And I kept getting answers. And I'm telling you another thing, I keep getting answers. And I'm constantly asking the universe and the Most High why and what else I need to know. You see? And I keep moving in that way. But I'm not a person, I don't pack it all up where it make me hateful. And when I was younger, I felt that way because I was angry, because when you take it and you're young, the first thing you take it to is anger, because anger is what you know, because that's, you know, when you have to, as a young person, you have to find that balance, understand where your mind gonna reside. You have to make sense of it, you know. But as a 40-something-year-old man, I understood to make balance of it, because when you reach that age, around this age, you get that God mind, I call it, which is the second mind, where you've been studying all that information, and then you get the wisdom, and then it sync it together like this, like it's a fine roux, like a fine roux, like the best roux that go with a most rich, flavorful gumbo you can ever imagine. That's how I describe it. Then I was like, oh, that makes sense, and that makes sense, and it just all came together. It all came, all of it, body, mind, spirit, it all came together. And trust me, that's why I said it unlocks who you are, and it unlocks how you see the world, and it unlocks your power, because we taught to be powerless. But I'm not preaching that to you guys. I've always, when I'm talking saints or anything, I'm telling the family members that you're beautiful and that you're empowered. And when you leave from here, I want you to be entertained. I want you to be educated. I want you to be smart. I want you to be focused. I want you to be determined. And if anybody don't tell your ass that you're special and that you are the most unique person, you are the center of your own universe, and that you are here to be the best version of yourself to possibly do. If you never heard that before, well, guess what? You heard it now. Take it, put it in here, and use it, because you're getting told that for a reason. Let's move it. All right, let's keep it going here. Trail, who that to you? Jamming, who that? He said, why just protest one game? Though I know, bro, but see, it's just a little touch, a little dab. You see what I'm saying? But they said, okay, listen, we can do this once, we can do it again. Listen, there'll be another one. There always are. Let's see what happens when the next one comes, right? But I guarantee you what the big wigs are doing and why they having all these meetings. They told them, listen, we'll come back. But the big wigs saying, listen, they talking to the NFL, the Players Association saying, listen, the next time they do this, they're going to forfeit games. You understand? We're going to take their money away. They saying that underneath the scene, I promise you, because they have, even though the players flexed on them, they got to flex back. They got to bend the players back to where they were. Listen to me on it. It's an exercise of power. They flex power, watch the NBA do it. But the NBA ain't going to flex it like the NFL do. They're going to play it really, really political and litigiously. They're going to get rough with you behind the scene and then hide the information that they did it. I'm telling you, watch. Telling you, you can't, if you running something powerful, you running a league that's worldwide, them people got power. You see what I'm saying? And obviously they don't have no morals, because they operating with China, and China kills its people for disagreeing with the government. So, I mean, you buying, and then they got slave labor goods from all over the world so how are we good if you buying that? We got a conflict of, you got to add all that together, bro. You got to put all that together. You got to put all that together, man. You can't, that's why we keep saying, listen, if you dying, we dying here, they dying there, people dying all where unjustly. You see what I'm saying? All over the place. If they got terrible people doing that here, they got them there and everywhere. You see what I'm saying? And it's not until all them people realize that and work together, then you'll see a global change that'll mean a worldwide change where people would then take the power back. But you cannot advocate for liberty or anything, close freedom or anything, if you are supplying or supporting people that's got slave stuff going on in those countries. If you supporting them, you're a hypocrite. You think the universe don't recognize that? I mean, come on, you can't be a paper tiger here. In other words, if you flex that power, prepare for what's gonna come behind it, because they gonna flex theirs on your ass. So if you gonna flex that one game, I guarantee the league gonna come back with something. Right now, they telling them right now, they're getting it out right now. I promise you that. Watch, you gonna hear it, because that's just how it goes. We cannot have, the owners are telling the commissioner, we cannot have the players dictating what we going on in the league. We missing out on money right now. We supposed to be getting paper right now. You know, they messing up talking about this and here. They're not gonna say that in front of you. They're gonna play it behind the scene and then say we support the players. What else they supposed to say? They're not gonna come out against them because they don't want the bad PR, because that'll get in the way of the money. See, that's what the real deal is, fam. Come on with this and his stuff. You know, come on here with this stuff. This real talk. But I'm telling you, watch what happened. They're not gonna do this no more. They're gonna allow them to do stuff like take a break at halftime and do this or do it before. See, and then see, the thing is, the model is, I'm gonna let you protest, but you gonna protest the way I tell you to. You get to put something on your jersey, you get to kneel on it before the game start, and at halftime, I might let you do a little something. You know? But outside of that, you will not stop these games because you're screwing around with my money. Come on with it. You think they're gonna play that? Yeah, okay, we're gonna see. I mean, I've seen this before, fam. And like the lady asked the man today on the report, she asked, the reporter asked Emmanuel Sanders, did you ever see anything like this in your lifetime? Emmanuel Sanders, 30-something years old. So he ain't say, you know what? Yeah, this happened before. If you go back in the 60s, they had Jim Brown, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell. You know, all those guys back in the day doing the same thing these guys doing today, because history repeats itself. History repeats itself. I'm telling you, family, they're picking at your swords. Best way I could put it. All right, Doc, he said these babes can't even watch Disney. I see. Yeah, I mean, bro, come on, man. That's them cartoons out there are ridiculous, man. Come on, man. Come on. That's why I said we got to protect. Y'all know how I feel about the babies. I got 2 babies, and then I got daughters that I consider mine. They people will call them stepdaughters, but I raised them babies. I'm married. When I got married, I'm divorced now, but when I married on, you know, my originally in my marriage, I have 3 children from that marriage. They're not my blood children, but they're my children. I still say they're my children. You understand what I'm saying? And then I had 2 blood sons for the same woman. So those are my children. I look at it as my children, you see? So I don't play that. And them babies, man, I don't play behind them babies, man. You got to protect them babies, man. And I ain't talking about just from physical harm. I'm talking about spiritual and the stuff that they see, because them people after them babies. They after the babies. They do terrible things to the babies. We got to protect the children. And then you got to talk to the children. Do not sugarcoat it. Talk to the babies. Talk to your children, because these people out here trying to eat them alive, family. I'm telling you, they're trying to eat them alive. The music industry is toxic. The movie industry is. I mean, come on, man, come on. It's blatantly obvious. The radio, all this stuff ain't. You know, they ain't talking about love no more. Everything is sex and all this. Yo, come on, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You think that's by mistake, family? It's just, some of them cartoons is just reprehensible, bro, what they trying to teach them babies. You know, that's the plan, man. That's the plan. Darrell says, Kamon Hall can turn the head around. We got to keep, he could turn his head around. I seen him making plays in halftime, bro, but Kev says, hey, Q, what is the name of that secret meeting okay, I answered that already. All right, okay, it just jumped on me. Boy, y'all are going off. I can't even keep up with y'all, man. Y'all are just running. Yeah, Build the Burgers, Kevin. That's what they call, man. They got a book on them and everything, man. All kind of, so much information on these people, man. KT, what up, KT? Said another great 5, great value 5. All right, let's get into that, man. Let's have a little fun here. All right, JT said I got to grow some vegetables. Okay, do that. Yeah, great idea, JT. Great idea, brother. All right, let's have a little fun now, bro. Let's lighten it up a bit. All right, Kevin says, what's the name? Okay, I named that one. All right, Paul says, Q, I love them old. No, okay. KT says, great value player number 1, Andrews. Come on, KT. How you put Andrews Pete up there? Andrews is not great value, bro. He got 2 Pro Bowls. Come on. Come on, KT. You can't do that, bro. Kiko Alonso. Number 3 is Taysom. Oh, come on. Come on, KT. PJ, Peanut Butter and Jelly Williams, I got you on that. And he said Trandris, I'm cool. But come on, KT. How you put Andrus on there, bro? And Taysom Hill, KT. Come on, KT. Come on, bro. KT tough, man. He said another, okay. All right. Okay, another great value 5. How's Josh Hill on there, KT? Come on, bro. Austin Carr, Nick Easton, Alex Anzalone. How's Kate Nellis on there? KT, come on. Molly Mall, ATL. What up, fam? Says, hey, my brother Q, why they got Sean Payton on Madden 21 looking like a real member of the Fat Boys? Them big saggy ass jaws. They seeing what we seeing, bro. He said they're doing your boy wrong on the sidelines. Q, I know, bro. Them saggy jaws, man. If Peyton keep them jaws grow anymore, bro, he gonna look like a big old Saint Bernard. You got big old sagging ass jaws. Oh man. All right, let's keep it going. Jamison, great value is a dollar store. If y'all don't know why y'all naming our best players. That's right. That's the off brand. Come on, KT. Come on, bro. You wrong. JT says, should I wait for you at midnight? Q, no, no, JT. Not this time, my brother. Not this time. All right. Derek says, you know the girls are from New Orleans when they go to dinner because they all call you baby. Yep. Oh, yeah. That's the thing now, baby. That's where I get it from. What's up, baby? Everything, baby. Where you think Reverend Saint get it from, Derek? Don't he say baby a million times? Yeah, baby, let me tell you something, baby. Let me tell you. He's straight out of New Orleans, baby. That's how he do it. Everything, baby. Everything end with baby. Baby is like the period of, it's like pronouncing the period on the end of the sentence without saying like, okay, I love the Saints, period. You know, it's like, no, it's like, I love the Saints, baby. I love the Saints, baby. You hear me, baby? I'm going to tell you something, baby. I'm good, baby. It's all right, baby. You see it? You see how that go? Yeah, baby. Let me tell you something, baby. No matter how short the sentence is, if it's one word, say, hey, baby, how you doing, baby? You know, it don't matter. It fits everywhere. It's a uniform thing. It's good. All good. All right. All right. Let's keep it going. Molly Moss. So what's good, my Saints brothers and sisters? Y'all ready for season? Ready for season? Oh, yeah, brother. Ready. Paul says the feed is messing up big time. Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why. Jose says Clowney signing or not, probably in the next few days. What up, Kelvin? Kelvin Washington from Phoenix, Arizona. What up, Kel? How you doing, brother? Good to see you in there. Kev says draw the history books out, 95% wrong. Oh, yeah. KT says, when I say great value, I mean bargain bin. Try hard who should be practice squad players. Okay, thank you, Kevin. All right. I mean, KT, thank you, bro. Kelvin says we all need to come together. My brother. No, that's the only way we're going to win, bro. I've been saying it. I've been said the only way we going to win is that you got to come together, because all this is done because they do not care about if people are dying that are white or black or pink, or they don't care. They picking at our swords. They picking up at our souls, because you had anybody else shoot a black man, if it was a Hispanic man or anybody, they won't play that. It have to be white because that's the narrative. So if it only works if we all as a people come together and understand that, then you will see things change for the better, and not fake change that leads you into change. Fake change that leads you into chains, because that's what the textbooks say that's coming next. Keeping it real. Keeping it real. Telling you the truth. Read and learn. I'm telling you. All right, let's keep it going, man. Let me finish out, family. I had fun with y'all today, man. But if y'all, like I said, if y'all want to hear some stuff, and I know y'all do, man, y'all really smart, sign up for patreon.com/the PRO Media Network and listen to On Q with Big Q. You also get access to the TSC Q&A live shows we do Tuesdays at 6 o'clock, where we had the format where you can get on there, you can be seen and be a member of the show straight up. It's fun, man. And plus, it helps out the platform. It keeps us doing really good content like this, talking about the Saints in a really passionate and energetic way. We're approaching 3 hours, and we fully engaged. Your mind twisting, heart twisting, and that's what kind of, and when you have that experience, it's like we alive. And it's very few experiences I have like that, like when I connect with the family. And then it's the energy that bounces back and forth with us, and we traverse, we love, we learn, and that's a beautiful thing. So please support the platform, family. I ask you for the bottom of my hearts. I work hard for the family members. The family told me, Q, you got to do more than this Saturday thing. You got to come on in the middle of the week. And I say, I promise you I'll do that. And ever since then, there's been a Wednesday Saint Talk. When the family told me that, and they were here when they said it's okay, then that's why there's a Saturday Saints Talk. And then the family ratcheted up its support, and then I started doing daily content, twice a day even. Twice a day, and other things like the WhoDatDaily.com. We have contributors there and other stuff that's going on as well. So I'm ratcheting it up, doing the Madden tournaments, and we'll bring around the fantasy league stuff. So I'm constantly engaging with the family, man, because I believe in keeping it fun and strong. I don't care who y'all. Listen, I'm telling you, Scoob he calls me Hometheus. He calls me Hometheus, and Scoob's in the chat, so I'm gonna let Scoob explain that. He says, "You the god of all homies." They say all homies. I was like, okay. That means I'm the coolest, the god of all cool guys. I'm like, I appreciate that, bro. But it's just who I am, man. I love people. You know what I'm saying? And I love really strong and empowered people. And if you're not empowered, and I say why you're not empowered? Don't you understand? There's only one of you out there. There is no other you out there. There is no need for you to be depressed. There is no need for you to be sad, because anything that you feel that you need, the universe was created to give it to you. You just have to open your mind, visualize what you want, and patiently work behind it with that same intensity and passion that you came up, that excitement that you generated that idea with. Maintain that and work toward it, and it'll be revealed for you. That's how the Most High designed the universe to be. It's like the Garden of Eden. Remember when Adam and Eve was Garden of Eden? They didn't have to plan anything. Everything was given to them. Everything, they didn't have to work. It was a paradise. And that's how the universe is designed. They know it. That's how they benefit from it. They know how they can, how to create thoughts into reality. Because it's like, I want a car. What kind of car you want? Well, I want this kind of car. What color is it? All right, what year is it? You have to get specific, because that's how it works. And then once you get that, visualize it, capture it. Even if you got to print a picture of it on the internet, keep it in your wallet, put it on your wall while you sleep, look at it, say a prayer over it, and patiently work behind it with that same intensity and watch it materialize it. Everybody have the ability to bring what they want from the material haze of their mind into reality. That's how you have the phone. If you don't believe me, you think I'm talking gibberish, how the hell you think you got air conditioning? How you think you got a cell phone? How do you think you got a wristwatch? How do you think you have a washing machine, a dryer, a dishwasher? How do you think you have electricity in a home? How do you think you have a car that drives around? Because at first, cars didn't have radios, they didn't have air conditioners, but all of a sudden you have them they got cushiony seats now, they got everything. How do you think you got all of that if it wasn't for people using what I'm saying to you that you can use to bring to yourself? See, it's all out there. But anyway, let me finish up the chat, and I'm going to leave the family members. Man, I love y'all. I appreciate talking to y'all, man. I love talking and saints and empowering talk with y'all. Y'all are absolutely wonderful and great, man. All right, thanks, man. Man, y'all are tearing up the chat, bro. I can barely keep up, bro. I have to get on my running shoes. I'm gonna have to do a Emmanuel Sanders and a Mike Thomas. When I run and I gotta shake a little bit to shake louder daddy off me, and then I get to the end zone and I get down, break it down, I go, and then I have to pause a little bit and do I have to keep up with y'all, man. Y'all doing it. All right, let's keep it going. Damn, man, I done lost my way. Boy, y'all done pushed me on up out of here. Hold on here. Okay. All right, where was I? Okay, KT Southern. Okay, I left off with KT with the great value. Okay, I got you. Kelvin, no, I'm sorry. Kelvin says we need to come together. Okay, I got you, Kelvin. Thank you for that. 985s, in school, they didn't teach Black history. Well, I mean, bro, that's a whole nother subject. That's it's so much. It's so much. You know, it was an elective back in school, but do you know where it came from? I just can't see. I can't even get into all this, man. It's just on cue with Big Q, please. On cue with Big Q, please. It's just y'all touching on so much. I can't talk about all that. He says Christopher Columbus, that's sneaky. 985 says, like, make us roots, give us some new names, new brains. Jose said his story is sure to benefit his stance. Correct, Jose. But if they consider his story as his interpretation of events, then what's your story called? You know what your story is called, Jose? Mystery. My story. If it's his story, then mystery is your story. Isn't that cool? His story is the correct interpretation of events. Your story, which is called mystery, is, what does a mystery mean? Something that just all kind of wordplay, man. That's how they do it, bro. It's amazing, man. You start waking up all that. You start analyzing all that stuff. Derek says the oppressor shouldn't teach our children in the first place. Hey, man. That's powerful, Big D. Let's keep it going here. Lane, what up, Lane? How you doing, friend? Good to see you in there. Paul says, hey, Karl Marx was struggling newspaper reporter, asked his company for a pay increase and was turned down. He quit the job and became a founding father of God. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Isn't that something? They should have gave him the raise and we wouldn't have to deal with none of that crap. Straight up, give him the damn raise. Molly Mall said, that's dope. I just had my first kid 2 months ago, a precious angel. Congratulations, Molly Mall. Thank you. He says, I won't teach her hatred ever. I'll teach her to never hate the saints. LOL, just trash talk. That's funny. Thank you. JT says, keep teaching your children. Never stop talking to them. No, if you don't, somebody else will. And you won't like what they teach them. I tell you what. You got to get to them before they do. Thank you for that, JT. Jose says, scholastic aptitude tests only determine only degrees of intelligence. Knowledge is power. And like an old man told me long time ago, and I told him knowledge is the power. He told me, no, young blood. I said, knowledge ain't power? He said, no. He said, now he says only applied knowledge is power. I said applied. He said, yeah, only knowledge that you use. He said, because you can learn a lot and not use it. What's good is knowing all that stuff if you don't use it, right? He said, only when you apply it is it power. Applied knowledge is power. That's what he told me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sharing it with you, bro. But I still understand where you're coming from, though. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Stephen Wells. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for your super chat, bro. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Like I said, go to the platform. Stephen Wells. Who that to you, fam? Thank you for your super chat. Much love, family. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you. All right. Let's keep it going here. All right. Lane says, feel goods to be hanging out. I know, bro. It does too. Big L. What up, Big L? He say, Jets fan over here. I know I'm used to pain. That's all right, Big L. We welcome you to the Great Saint Think Tank, my friend. I know it's been hard on you with the Jets, and I hope y'all have some success this year, bro. Really. I'm not a fan of your coach. I think I talked about him the other day. I think he's a moron. I don't know how he got the job up there in New York. I feel sorry for him. I don't like how they treating Le'Veon Bell. He just made a trade to get Ballage up there, which means that somebody ain't gonna be playing. After you heard that Twitter. Anyway, without all that, man, you just lost Jamal Adams. I'm sorry, Jets. I'm sorry. But listen, you won't hear me rail on you. I'm glad you're here, man. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. We got a lot of great people. We got Atlanta Falcons fans, Jets fans, Titans fans, Buccaneers fans, Raiders fans, 49ers fans. We got everybody coming here and chill and talk Saints with us. We just a bunch of cool ass people. We just super cool. We're all Homotheists, as Scoob would say, which are all really super cool people, man. How about that? Big L said, haven't played Madden since Vic. Paul says, hey, how Lane Kiffin keep the head coaching job? I mean, seriously, man, this dude there, man. And then Adam Gase is the worst. How he got a job? All right, Big L says, thanks for the hospitality. Appreciate you. Curlin, what up, Curlin? Who that? Curlin, good to see him in there. Curlin, the great 84. Darius Sampy, who that to you? As well, good to see you. Big L says, T-Mac in the Rockets was the Vic of the NBA Live. Yeah, you couldn't stop that sucker, man. I remember that. All right, Big L says, I'm old school. What up, Sean? Who that? Sean, good to see my dog Sean D in the building. Good to see you, family. I ain't seen you in a while. Hope everything all right with you, my brother. Big L said, Paul, he lost my respect when he got his jaw rocked. That would have never happened, Russell Wilson or Tom Brady. I see Molly Moss says, not on some social racist stuff, but what if all the black players decide to join together and play for only black colleges that force all the media like ESPN to air them so much? That's a great strategy, man. That really is. And that was a great question, by the way, because there is a mini movement in that case, because there are quite a few high profile basketball players and football players who are now committing to historically black colleges. So we might see a resurgences of stuff like you've seen with Aaron McNair and guys like that going to the HSBC. So that's a good point. And I have been reading about a few guys, and there's been like a mini surgence of that going on, to be honest with you. So I actually like that. I think that's a great idea. But a lot of people, they like to go to the big school for the exposure, so we'll see. But there is some people that are doing that, Molly Mall. Thank you for that. Lane said, needed this tonight. Y'all been going through a rough time. Well, my ex, she left me. And I'm sorry to hear that, Lane. I apologize. Well, I'm sorry. But then again, bro, it might be right for you to, who knows, bro? It might, if it didn't end up right there, it might be somebody coming behind you. Because you know what that old saying, like a lot of, my grandparents, my mama would tell me, it's all right, son. You know what I'm saying? That mean the Most High simply got rid of her because she was holding somebody else's place that was supposed to be there. And you couldn't get who you were supposed to get because she was sitting there. But now that she's gone and that spot's open, just keep your mind and your heart open, you know what I'm saying? And continue to do great works and pray for that clairvoyance and that vision. I know you're hurting right now, you know what I'm saying? But remember, that's what I'm saying. It's a reason why I'm talking like this, you know what I'm saying? It's a reason, I don't know what state of the hearts of my family members in the Great Saint Think Tank is. And you could be anywhere. There's so much you can watch and do right now and listen to. But you in here with us, and you hearing these words for a reason. Nothing happens by coincidence. And I just want to fortify you, my friend, and let you know that there's a purpose and you're going to come out shining like a rose. Keep your counts up, bro. keep yourself positive, keep praying, meditating, and keep your mind on a positive place. Because trust me, even though is something going on right there, but something better is on the way for you, my friend. Listen to me on that, because that happened to me as well. I've went through that before, and I thought that it was just terrible, whatnot, but I just didn't understand at the time because I was in an emotional state. But I didn't understand at the time that the Most High was going to send somebody to me that was going to help me out. So, it just goes to show you, how real how the Most High is, and how great it is, and how development. And for you to hear these words, just understand, my friend, that there's only one of you, and that you're empowered by all of your experiences, not depowered. And that the Creator would never give you something that would destroy you, only make you better. So understand that. Bless it, bless her. Don't be grudgeful. Don't be hard. Bless her and move forward, and open your heart and your hands for the blessing that's coming, because it's one coming, my friend. Thank you for expressing that in the chat. Thank you. All right, let's keep it going, family. KT says Andrews Peters trash Q. Come on, KT. I stand by my words. Wasn't a Pro Bowler alternate. Bro, what's the difference, KT? It's a Pro Bowler, bro. You can't then say that he was an alternate, bro, that's trying to steal off of his greatness. He was a Pro Bowler, bro. Come on, KT. Come on, bro. He says, by my words, he wasn't a Pro Bowl alternate. Lil Yachty mixtape garbage. Come on. Come on, KT. You hard on the man, brother. Come on, bro. But KT, I can't change KT mind. His mind made up. All right, be jizzle, baby. He said this is a very energetic show, bro. I mean, and it's love, bro. I come, we talking football, man, but we talking life. And that's why I think the Sports Coma is so popular and pressing with people across sports spectrum. We got an appeal to not just the Saints, but to many other people. You got Lane and Molly Mall and several other great other family members that come in just to soak up the content. Think about it. Would you go listen to a cowboy podcast or somebody talk about? So something is life beyond the football. It's the lessons of life beyond the football. And I think that's a unique gift that we have as a family, to be able to interweave all of the life and the love together, and the things that we can appreciate in a way where we can accept it, because we can be in other arenas and not accept each other's ideas like we can accept them now. Because when you're aggressive or you're in an agitated state of mind, a person can't calmly talk to you about stuff sensible like that. So when you see people are all upset and hell-bent and crazy out of their mind and tearing up stuff, you can't have a dialogue that way. And like I said, burning and doing all this kind of stuff, man, let me tell you something, man. I'm telling you, man, it's not going to go where you think it's going to go. Because what we're using, the things that we're saying, is not what they actually mean. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm saying the stuff that they're saying is not what you actually thinking it's going to mean. The buzzwords. What are you fighting for? We's fighting for, I ain't gonna say it, but y'all know. And they'll say on there, and they say, well, we want this. What is that? And you'll say this, so, social whatever. You get me? But the cold part about it is, it's a double meaning. One, you thinking it means something, but it don't mean what they telling you it means. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it's not the same anyway. Thank you, B Jizzle. Thank you, babe. Appreciate that super chat, my friend. I'm just keeping it real, family. Thank you, B Jizzle. Who that to you, brother? Thank you. You also stay safe out there, my friend. Thank you. Tramal says great value might be Janoris Jenkins. Cut it out, Tramal. The Jackrabbit's not great value. I think Tramal misunderstanding the term. Great value is not like you getting a good value for it. I get what you get, because that can be confusing. Meaning when you hear somebody say great value, it means you're getting a great deal, right? But it doesn't mean that. It means great value mean the off-brand. Instead of getting, like, say, for instance, they got two defensive ends, and there's a Everson Griffin, and then there's a Marcus Hunt, right? If you had the money, which one would you sign? Would you sign Everson Griffin or Marcus Hunt? I say that to say nobody knows who Marcus Hunt is unless they follow football. People know who Everson Griffin is, or Jadeveon Clowney or something like that. You get what I'm saying? You getting a name brand player who has the stats behind him. In other words, that's what the opposite of great value is. So if you was choosing between the two, most people would then choose Everson Griffin because of his track record, and they know him to be a person that's producing, correct? So that's what it would be. It wouldn't be, like great, like for instance, great value wouldn't be like, okay, we got a great value for Jameis Winston, right? No, it's not that. Great value means come on Hall. Great value means keep Washington the second. You don't know any of these players unless you pay attention. You see what I'm saying? Or you might pick some obscure player that you never heard before, like Ethan Wolf. Anybody out there can tell me who Ethan Wolf is? Ethan Wolf and Kamon Hall are what you would consider great value, according to Mozzie, which means that these are players that don't have a name brand. You don't know them for nothing. As opposed to go out and get a guy like Tremaine Johnson or Aqib Talib or somebody like that. You see what I'm saying? A name recognition player that will come on and help your team. You know he got a name, he can come in. As opposed to a no-name guy. That's basis where I could put it. A true value would be a no-name guy. Nobody knows the guy for nothing. You see what I'm saying? That's what it means. Just to kind of clear the cobwebs. And that's just how I understand it from what Mozzie was breaking down on with the TSC Unleashed, which he calls them great value. The GM Kev loves that, man. All right, let's keep it going, man. Paul says, yo, Big Rob Allen should have taken a Jets to the Super Bowl at least once. All right. Once again, thank the family members for your super chats, man. Thank you. Kevin says, Lane Q, he said, will keep you company. He runs 24 hours every day with shows. That I do. We have the 24/7 Saint Hub, man, where that runs 24/7. Don't matter 1 o'clock in the morning, baby. You can turn it on and hear me running, yelling and fussing at somebody. At 1 o'clock in the morning, I will keep you entertained. I'll tell you what, fam. Thank you. And keep your head up, Lane, man. Listen, you came here for a reason, baby. Keep your head up, my friend. Keep your head up. He says, starting to loosen up and trust people in here. That's right. Bro, listen, man. Come on, empowerment here. A Big L says, Lane, me and my wife going to be praying for you, brother. See, look at that. Prayers, man. When people sending that powerful energy your way and telling you stuff like that, bro, take that to heart, man, and understand they got people out here that's counting on you. People out there that believe in you. And we might not know who you are, but we understand what it is to hurt, what it is to feel pain, and what it is to be in the right place. And when you send that kind of energy toward people, that lifts you up and elevates you. When you send that positive force toward me. Listen, you might not be a religious man. You might not know what I'm saying, but just hear me and understanding you're in a dark moment for yourself. That helps lift you up as opposed to an energy drawing and pulling you down into something that you don't need to be, whether it's into alcohol or whatever else, because it can go that way. I've seen men lose their mothers and become full out blown alcoholics, and it was some of the most productive people you can ever imagine. It's about what you are in here, where you can be able to handle the stuff that come at you really hard. It's about that, having that what's in here that keeps you up, that props you up and keeps you strong. And you can take the impact and it'll make you stronger and make you a better person. It'll make you wiser and moving forward. It's stuff like that. We all been through, some toughness, bro. And I'm just telling you, you're going to make it through it, bro. You're going to make it through it. Carolyn says, real talk, Big Q. Keep your head up, brother. Things will get better. The light will shine on you once again. Stay strong, fam. Look at the great sentiments from the family members, man. You don't have to, and see, you don't even have to be a Saints fan for us to well wish you, man. You know what I'm saying? People can hear your stuff and say, well, man, that's bad. I'm sorry to hear that. But then you hear people praying and giving you encouraging words. And that's you came here for a reason. And you wasn't probably even coming here for that. You just wanted to be entertained, but look what you get in empowerment, bro. I'm telling you, things happen for a reason, my friend. Things happen for a reason. We are here to hear stuff for a reason, bro. And I'm just keeping it real with you. Thank you for that, Carolyn. 985 Lane says, yes, sir, Lane. That's how I watch this show for a while before becoming a member. Kevin says, work late nights, no problem. You got Q. Fall asleep in the afternoon, wake up later, no problem. You got Q early mornings. Eating breakfast, you got Q. GM Kev in the building. Lane said, thanks, Big L. Tell your wife thanks too. See, that's beautiful, man. Thank y'all for sending love Lane's way, man. And I ask all of our beautiful spiritual warriors to send all the love that we can get to all those people that's hurting right now, because we know we got people that might be going back to their homes in Lake Charles. We got family members that listen to us in Lake Charles and in that area that was impacted by the storm. So please send your prayers to Lane and for those people as well, because they're going to need them too. So, man, that's what we're here for, man. I'm telling you, it's beautiful. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man, for what y'all do. Jamin says sports are way bigger than just the game. Thank you, Jamin. Byron says, we all Christian folk, messed up world dealing with this year, strategy bad, worse. Everybody, state people being killed, but hurt everybody, especially watch news that happens. Thank you, Byron. Appreciate that, bro. Molly says, I'll come back to listen because it's just like family, to be honest. We rep different colors, but it's like family. It's like a family unit, but trash talk. At the end of the day, it's all love. See how beautiful that is? Molly's Atlanta Falcon fan, man, but we sharing love. L's in here. He's a Jets man. It's all love. I mean, that's beautiful, man. Big L says, all right, good night, fellas. Got to be up in the morning for work. My wife is going to be ordering, he says, order some stuff off Amazon. I got to keep an eye. Make sure she knows. All right, Big L. Well, much love to you, my man. Thank you for joining us, bro. And say hello to your family, man, and you be cool, bro. Be safe out there. All right, Teal says Bears come out, and they said don't support Brian Urlacher's comments. Thank you, Teal, for that comment, bro. Appreciate it. Lane says, LL, you got to watch them all like a hawk. Big L says, good night, and much love to you, Big L. Good night, fam. Jose says, Jameis is an insurance policy, and it's great value for the price. That is true. You're right. You're right, Jose. You're absolutely right, buddy. Lane says, wish I had a wife. It's coming, bro. It's coming. Just be patient, man. Don't focus on it, man. Say a prayer. Keep your spirits up and occupy yourself with positive stuff, bro. You're going to make it out. It's going to be fine, bro. Tramal said, I got you, not Q. Okay. Kenny says, look like they have interest in value. They are interested in value. Tramal says, I was confused by great value. I know, that's why I had to break it down, my brother. Stephon, what up, fam? He said, how you doing? How you doing, bro? Says, Q, do you see the Saints signing a veteran cornerback before the season starts? Bro, I would say no, Stephon. I'm going to keep it real with you, bro. I would say no. And the Saints just signed a cornerback. I don't know if you know his name is Kemon Hall. He wears number 25 for the Saints. And you're like, who the hell is that? That's great value. But any name brand cornerback, that might be the, no, bro. I think they are pretty set at the cornerback position, barring injury. But even if injury did occur, I still see the Saints going to get another great value cornerback, somebody we don't know, A from Adam, like Ethan Wolf or Tamon Hall or whatever his name is. We don't know these guys, so if they do sign somebody, it'd probably be somebody like that, bro. But not somebody that you would expect or you would recognize, like a Logan Ryan or a Quib Talib or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Stephon, for the question, brother. All right. Kevin says, the off-brand, not Kellogg's Country Cornflakes. Tell him, Kev. All right. Byron says, praying for every family that lost in the storm and got killed. Thank you, Byron, for that. Tyrone, who that to you, Tyrone? Good to see you in the chat, bro. Says, who that? I've been off for 2 months due to COVID. Looking bad for me at one point, but I made it. Had a lot of people praying for me. Thank you, Tyrone, for that testimony. The man had, dealing with C-19 and everything, and a lot of family members were impacted by that, and that's a shame, man, because we know the demons out here propagating and doing this type of stuff, but listen, family, they can't demoralize you. In order for them to take you over, they got to first demoralize you. They got to make you lose your religion and your faith, whatever your religion is, or your faith system is, or your moral code, or whatever you use to govern yourself by, because without a code, we will all die. We have to have a moral code to govern ourselves by, or we're no different than any other beast of the field running around tearing up stuff. Remember that. So, they want to take that away from you. And you can't allow the lad that you stick to your guns and you stand up for what you believe in. Bottom line, don't let them take nothing from you and tell you whatever you believe in and it's wrong, and then give you some stuff that tie you into Luciferianism or some over the garbage. Don't take it. Stick to your moral code. You know what is right and wrong. Do not let them try to change your opinion. You know what time it is, because that's how they move and do. A lot of young people being fooled by this. They brainwashing our children, but we gotta understand that's short term. Eventually, they'll find the truth and know the truth. That's the thing about a lie. A lie is short term. Sooner or later, you'll find that truth. So Lane, keep your head up. Tyrone, who that to you, and much love to you, bro. I'm glad to hear you did fine with the C-19 stuff, bro. And just tell you, nothing can stop you, bro. When your mind is focused and determined, nothing can stop us. See these little bacteria running around here. None of that stuff can stop you, man. When you're in your right mind, I'm talking real talk, man, and empowerment. Disease or illness can't live in the body without your permission. My grandma always told me that. She told me that you got to tell it that you don't belong here and I want you out, just like you would walk up in your house. So you mean to tell me that you would go home and then you go to your house after working or being at the gym or whatever, and then they got some guy sitting on in your comforter watching television, and then your wife is up in there and she don't know he up in there, but he's sitting there, she upstairs, the children upstairs washing and doing their homework, and they got a guy sitting in your living room watching television, and you walk up in there and say, "Who the hell are you?" "Oh, I'm just a burglar, man. I'm in here watching television." You gonna walk past it? "Oh yeah, just go ahead, man. Enjoy yourself." What you gonna do? Huh? Tell me what you gonna do. Ain't you gonna march that some gun up out of there the best way you can? Huh? Well, put that in the mind frame of germs in your body that make you sick. You gonna let it sit there? Well, you say, "Well, Q, how I'm gonna get it out?" You have to tell it to go. You have to make a declaration. You are the general. You are the commanding general of the cells of your body, the attack mechanisms of your body, the defense mechanisms of your body are governed and controlled by you. If you tell your soldiers, to attack, they will attack. You are the general. It is your body. It is you. You are the center of your own universe. So if you tell it to attack, it will attack. I'm telling you, this is how it works. Disease cannot live in the body without your permission. It can't. I'm telling you, it's not spooky talk. I'm keeping it real. You got to command it and mean it. It does not have the right to occupy your body without your permission. Your body is your temple. And that Most High gave you that. That belongs to you. It is the only thing that on this planet that you can lay claim to that belongs to you is your body. It is your temple. And just like you won't let a burglar sit in your house where your family is, sit up there watching television with his feet up, you'll run him out of there. You'll pop at him. You do everything to get that fool up out of there. You know I'm telling the truth. You ain't going to let him sit up there and watch no TV and your children all around there. You're going to do everything you can to run that dude up out of there. That's the same mentality you should have for disease in the body. I'm keeping it real with you. I don't know if y'all ever heard that before, but I'm keeping it real, man. And it's not just disease, it's bad thoughts too. Anything that don't belong in your body, I'm talking about in your mind, in your body, everything. It does not have the right to occupy you. It does not have the ability to stay with you. You have to acquiesce to it. You have to give it permission and let it stay there and fester. And people don't understand that. You have to use that frame of thought and you have to be strong in your convictions when you pushing out these principles. You have to be strong and you have to be certain. You have to be passionate. And once you activate that stuff, then your body start moving and attacking whatever going on. I'm telling you, I'm keeping it real. Research behind it. I'm telling you, this is real talking. I ain't telling you no spooky stuff. I'm keeping it real with you. That is your body. Nothing has the right to be in there except for whatever you allow it. Just telling you, man. Take it as you will. All right, thank you for that, bro. Thank you, Stephon, for that question as well, bro. Thank you. And Tyrone, who that to you, much love to your family, and thank you for sharing that. Dr. Key says, keep your head up, Lane. I'm 31 and I'm still single. I'll be praying for both of us. All right. Thank you, Dr. Key, for that as well. Much love to you. That's beautiful, man. That's just, you're getting blessings and well wishes for people that don't know you, Lane. That's a blessing. You were supposed to come here. I'm keeping it real. You're supposed to come. And he's supposed to be here, Derek. Tell him. Tell him, D. Tell him, Demi. And all my other people out there that know what time it is. Tell him, Lori. He's supposed to be here. You hear that? When you come in here, you were supposed to hear this, man. Hear this and take it to heart, bro. Take this to heart. Know people out here, they supporting you, bro. They well wishing you. They want to see you get better, and they believe things will get better for you because they will. They will. They will. They will. They will. I'm putting that out there to you. All right. Thank you, Dr. Key. Appreciate that too, bro. All right. Thank you. All right. 98 Live says PJ Williams, Patrick Robinson, Austin Carr, Mario Edwards Jr., and Des Bryant. That's his great value file. Thank you, 985. Appreciate you, bro. All right. All right. Byron says, God bless St. Charles. Hope people get back home a few days. Be safe. And also Texas people praying for all y'all. Thank you. Thank you, Byron. Once again, great prayers, bro. Thank you. Karen says, Keeman Hall, any relations to Aaron Hall? No, I didn't hear he was related to Aaron Hall, but I did he was related to Arsenio Hall. I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding. I threw that in there the other day. I had to try to do something to give him something to knock that great value off of him. Jose says, good night, Big Q and the fam lane. Get better, man. Who that? Thank you, Jose, and good night to you, bro. Jamin says Emmanuel Sanders looked really happy about seeing the plays Sean Payton has drawn up for him. Yep. Thank you, Jamie. Question says, do y'all let Winston start against the Bucks? LOL, revenge? Nope. Drew's gonna take that, bro. No doubt about it. We got Drew on the job. You know, hopefully we don't have to use Jameis this year. All right, Killer says, D-Nice, LO, not sure. Got to do some intel on that. Kenny says, hope all my Who Dat Nation family good after the storm. Same here. 985 said, I'm in Hammond. We came out good, fam. Thank you as well. Good deal. All right. No problem, Tyrone. Who Dat to you as well, brother. And thank you. Kevin says they have another storm out there farming. Okay, yeah, it ain't done yet, bro. We still got a few more coming, man. We still got a few more coming. It's not even close. We ain't even out of August yet. You know, we ain't even out of August yet. And the cold-blooded part is, well, when was Katrina's anniversary? Katrina's anniversary is the 28th, I won't say. Isn't that tomorrow? Hurricane Katrina's anniversary is tomorrow, isn't it? Oh, I forgets, man. I forgets. It's been a while, man. Let me see. When is Katrina? Isn't that crazy? Because Katrina's anniversary should be soon. I think it's. When was that? No, it was the 23rd. Well, hold on. Hold on. When was? Okay, hold on. When was that? August. When was the storm that formed? Okay, it formed on the 23rd and dissipated on the 31st. Okay. But they said the 28th. Okay, yeah, that is the 28th, right? That's what I was saying. I was thinking. I think Katrina's the 28th. Isn't that crazy? Katrina was the 28th. And then you got this storm that just passed. So, and it's the 27th. So, category 4, you know, so, and it went to Lake Charles and tore Lake Charles up. They got the big glassy building there, all the windows busted out of it. You know, I was like, man, look what nature do to 150 mile per hour wind slamming. Just shredded that building. Something else, man, I tell you, man. Robert says Anthony Chiquillo, yep, Trey Hendrickson, Darren Paulo, Traquan Smith, and Chase Hansen. Thank you, Robert. That's his great value 5. Byron says his great value is my value is Thomas, Sanders, Kamara, Mike. Okay, I see you reversed it there. I got you, bro. All right, thank you. All right, Stephon says Hammond in the house. I'm from Kentwood. All right, there we go. All right, Kentwood in the house. All right. Good to see the family members in it. We got people from all over the place, man. Byron says, I'm in the place. We are good out here from New Orleans. Okay, good. Good, fam. 985, so my good brother Quentin from Kentwood, and I know some people from up there. Okay. All right. Great water. All right. All right. All right. All right, family. Well, we approaching toward the end of the show, man. I appreciate y'all, man. We had a power pack show. Another great show, family. And, you know, I'm starting. And you know what, family? It's like, it's a nonstop good. It's like a nonstop great series of shows. You know, it's like every day we having great shows, you know, and they're powerful shows, impactful shows, having fun talking about the Saints, learning, getting a little empowerment in there, getting a little empowerment with it, you know. You know, who that from Slidell? All right, jamming. Come on now. All right. Slidell in the building. All right. So I just need to get people to start shouting out where they come from in there too, man. I need to start. I used to do that. I don't do it as much as I'm supposed to do it. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. You been quiet, Jerry. I know you in there just listening, my friend. I thought, you know, you been there good. Oh, Gulfport in the building. All right. Gulfport in the building. All right. Karen says, got a early day tomorrow. Y'all be safe. Stay strong. God have y'all back. Remember that. I salute all y'all brothers. Who that fam and to Big Q. Good night. Thank you there, Karen. Appreciate you, fam. Same to you, my brother. And I won't hold the family members. We just out about 3 hours and 30 minutes of great show content once again. And of course, I enjoy the family members, and I thank y'all for joining me on the show today as well. That's the part where we kind of roll over our commercials, and I want to just show you some of the latest gear that is on the Pro Shop. So if you feel like you want to support the platform, you can feel free to kind of join, go to the Patreon. I mean, not Patreon, excuse me. I'm getting confused here. Go to the Pro Shop. The links are in the description section below. There are 2 links, and they have 2 separate Pro Shops and similar products there. You can feel free to kind of move around, but you'll see a lot of these new shirts. 2 of the new shirts we have is Let's Get Another Chip. As you can see, the chip was the Super Bowl trophy is where the eye is supposed to be, and they got Who Dat on there. Different colors, different sizes. Also, you know, it's just a lot of great gear. Living that Who Dat life. We got hats and all kind of stuff available. face coverings, all available at the Pro Shop as well. So if you want to support the stream, you like what we're doing, and you want to help us out, you can help out by going to get some of the gear. And like I said, it helps out the platform, and it really helps us to do more empowering content, man. So if it's in your heart to do it, you can feel free to go to the Pro Shop. Links in the description section below, as you can see some of the face coverings. We have the Great Saint Think Tank face covering, comes all different colors. That's the Underdogs right there, and that's the Drew Orleans face coverings, different colors and all kind of stuff available at the Pro Shop as well. So if you want to check that out, you can feel free to go to the show. Also, just to let the family members know, this is 2 of the shirts that we coming out with that's recently dropping here. We Forgive You, Drew. That's in the different colors. These for men, women, children, and for everybody, the entire family. So as you can see, these are a few of the shirts. We Forgive You, Drew. Nice sizes, nice designs, and all. Of course, we have the new Take It Personal show. My favorite, Don't Burn the Beans. We got the new Don't Burn the Beans tee. We got that out as well. So the family members want to check that out and get that. Look at that, looking real snazzy with her, living that life with that attitude. That's what I'm talking about. All right, family, appreciate y'all doing that. But let's move on to the next one. If you want to listen to the show in audio format, you can go to Pro Radio. That link's in the description section below as well. And at Pro Radio, you can listen to the Sports Coma, Pelican Post Game Report, Ring King Boxing, Tough Tiger Talk, all in audio format. So if you're on a run or in your car, you want to listen to some entertaining content, you can feel free to go to Pro Radio. We also own Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Hell, we all over the place. But go to Pro Radio and sign up. Link is in the description section below. You can join Patreon. We talked about On Cue with Big Q, a lot of the deep commentary we talked about. If you want to hear more of that, we have a show we do that's exclusively on Patreon. Sign up for patreon.com/the PRO Media Network. It costs you $1 a month, or you can donate $5 a month. It's really up to you what you would rather give. We don't kind of hold you to it. Whatever you feel is in your heart to give, you can give, so you'll have access to that content, the On Cue with Big Q, and also TSC Q&A live for the YouTube members. YouTube members get the TSC Q&A live, which is a different show we do exclusively for our Patreon and YouTube members. And the On Cue with Big Q is exclusively for our Patreon family. It's just how it's designed. So thank you for that. Also, our sponsor for the show is GetLifeMask.com. So if you want to help our sponsor, you can go there and pick up Pelicans, Saints, or even LSU. If you like the LSU Tigers, the New Orleans Saints, or the New Orleans Pelicans, you can feel free to go to GetLifeMask.com. And we made them give us a discount so we could pass it on to you. So you can get 10% off on one of these stylish masks when using the code TheSportsComa, all lowercase letters. You can go to GetLifeMask.com, put that in there, get 10% off on the mask and support it. So GetLifeMask.com. Get Life Mask and breathe easy. And that's a lifesaver, I tell you what. So I'd like to thank all of you guys for another great and power-packed show of empowerment at Saints Football Church. Saints Football Church, pure edutainment, brother. Well, we are entertained and we're educated at the same time. So I'd like to thank all y'all, man, for all that you do to support the platform. Please feel free to hit the like button. Please feel free to share the links in your social media feed. It helps out the show greatly. And also, if you want to join the Patreon, feel free to do that as well, or buy the merch. It's many different ways you can help us out here as we continue to grow the platform. So if you like what you're doing and you think it's beautiful and you want to help it grow even further, feel free to support us in any way that you can. I thank you for whatever you can do. So once again, I thank y'all, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Remember, stay empowered, my friends. Stay empowered. Stay empowered. Keep your confidence up and understand and know that there is only one of you in the universe. Unless you got a twin. But still, no, if you got a twin, there's still only one of you. Even though he might look like you, but it's still only, so it still applies. So it's only one of you, and you're very unique. Keep your spirits and your mind focused and your high and your mindset high on great things, because you are great. So I thank y'all for joining me on the show. I'll see y'all later. Tomorrow is Friday. We'll have another show and we'll recap and play some interviews from day number 10 of Saints Talk. We'll go at it again tomorrow. I might open up the phone lines tomorrow as well, too, family, on Friday night on Camp Day 10 as well. So y'all join us then. So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And I'll see y'all later. Who that?
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.